That's fine.
Alright, hold on. Oh
Didn't
my!
you
I
send a
forgot I
scaling
don't
Freakzy?
save. No,
I
I mean
think
like
he means
I'll.
like present to argument. Like
Yeah.
Appeal to
Oh,
intent.
hold on. I gotta go to what's it called? The comic because I don't save scans. Hold on.
You're cool.
Y'all know I was making fallacies up when I debated Monlo.
Wait,
what
what?
fallacy did you make up?
Appeal to intent.
What is this? Give the
Oh,
definition
fucking.
of it.
Wait, is he
I just
retarded?
told him. Yeah, I
Hold
just
up.
told him that like appeal to intent is a fallacy where you say like you go off of somebody's intent to prove a claim, and that it would just be fallacious because of Hitchens' razor or some shit.
Oh
What?
my
Beat him up.
god. That is AIDS.
I actually agree with that fallacy, and I actually made that fallacy up.
Facts.
All right.
called-
Yeah. So what's his name? Like the multiverse in DC creation, it was made with all dualities and binary systems.
All dualities and binary systems. Can you give me like the hold on, let me take a look at my phone.
Were you on the phone?
No, I'm like on my PC, but I have to just take a
Oh.
look at your scans. Before like we go on, are these like within the same continuity as each other, like, or is this like a comp thing? Is what you're going for here?
All continuities in DC merged.
All continuities in the DC merged. I mean, that
Yeah.
wouldn't necessarily like. Is this the creator of everything in the DC in all of DC?
Wait, who in the scans I sent?
Yeah, and that first scan, is that the creator of everything in DC?
No, he only made like the multiverse map, like creation.
Let me take a look at this. And from I can't really read this. I could just see like the word duality.
You can't read it?
Nah, like, do you have like a cleaner copy? I could
No, but
see, and
I can
from
read it
his breath,
perfectly fine.
duality throughout. Oh, it was born darkness and night. This is hard to read. I could read like the one scan. I think that's the only one you're using, right? Like, is that like it's just like that top thing?
I mean, there it's just like a consistency
Birth and
argument,
death.
basically, because like it's two backing it up.
The infinite had created limitation, and on its limitations found beauty around. What the hell? Silence again. So are you just trying to prove here, like, what are you trying to get out of this? Are you just trying to say that there is dual systems? Because I mean, that's kind of
I'm just trying to get like the multiverse to contain all dualities and binary systems, basically.
the multiverse, the entire cosmology, or just that one piece that
Everything
you're
like source wall, everything source wall down. I sent a map, like because that's creation.
hmm Yeah, I've already seen this before. Okay. So basically you're just trying to say everything from the source wall down. Source wall. Are you trying to say it contains everything? Everything. So everything from the
Wait,
source wall
what
down would
contains
contain.
everything?
Like, specify what you're trying to like.
Well,
Just
the argument I'm just trying to get off of it is like everything within the source wall is
Mhm.
like it contains all binary systems and dualities. That's all.
Would there not? Are you trying to say there's no? Would that not imply that there's no binary systems or dualities with outside of that? Or
Yeah.
well, there obviously is. Is there not?
Why? If I
Well,
like showed the
if these are
scan,
if these realms above, right? Aren't they supposed to be like above each other? Like each one is like a transcendental layer, from what I understand. Like each one is above the next. So like when I'm looking at this, right? If there was no dual systems, like anything above, how could they be more powerful? That doesn't really make any sense. It would
wait,
at least have
what?
to be a
Hold
system of
on.
power.
Hold on, that made no sense because if like if we see this creator right here, like that blue guy, like and
Yeah.
he's creating all dualities and binary systems within DC, then that's a clear implication
Asked you if
that
he
there
created
wasn't.
DC, and you told
Wait.
me
Let
he
me
didn't.
finish. Let me finish. That's a
Mhm.
clear implication that like there was none before he created it, right? Because he's making it right here in the scan. Like he's making all dualities, right? So that just you can go off the presupposition that there wasn't any before, like previously before he made this, since he created it all.
From from his breath duality was born. How would that imply all the duality? It would just say like duality was born, darkness, whatever, and then he's like, and where did this happen? Can you like
So where?
you're just trying to say this is like source wall, like what
Yeah, I
like
mean
where?
it's because this is how creation was made. Like it was like
So
both
how would a
scans back
lower
it up.
tier realm? How could a lower tier realm be capable of like creating things above? That doesn't really make sense.
How is it a lower tier realm?
Well, the source wall would be below like anything else, anything above it, correct?
No. The source wall is the tip top of the multiverse, or not the tip top, is the
That's what
highest
it
in the multiverse. Like it's the yeah, it's the place that's at the edge of the multiverse.
And then there's just the overvoid after that, right? So
Or well, it's multiple things, but like
so would you say like okay, what are those multiple things? Can you like tell me?
uh Overvoid, Source, Final Heaven, Anonymous, just like
All
the
right,
lot Oversphere, Crack, all
all
that
right, cool.
stuff.
So now this goes back to the question I've already asked you. When you told me, right, that there was this he was the one who created all of it within that multiverse, whatever, right? That's what you asserted. Now,
Mhm.
how could someone from a lower tier, right, create anything like because these dual
Why
systems,
do
they
you
would
keep
obviously
saying
have
it's
to
for
be
lower
exist
tier?
would have to be because the source wall is underneath those things you just told me.
The source wall. I didn't say the source wall is under it. I just said the
You
source wall
did.
is a what? I just said the
I
source wall is at
asked
the
you,
top.
I asked you that, and you told me there's things above it.
Yes, okay, that's fine. But if I'm like I'm all I'm doing is showing you that things contained within the source wall and within the multiverse or creation, like it contains all dualities. And then you're bringing up like this lower realm. Like what is the
Yeah,
lower realm
because
you're
no,
referring
I'm
to?
talking to
There
you,
is
right?
no lower
Listen,
realm.
listen, listen. There's no reason to yell, right? It's not going to get your point across any better. So what I'm
Because you're
telling you, right?
you're
No, no, no.
repeating
Listen, listen, listen. Yes, because I'm repeating it because
conclude,
apparently it's not going through your head. So what I'm
conclude.
telling you, right? You already agreed that there's stuff above it, right? There's things that
Source wall,
transcend it,
yes.
right? Yes. Okay, cool. So we're on the same page with that. Now, if there was something below, right? And something oh, completely transcends it, but still abides by those dualities or like contains them, but they were created from this lower, not transcendental realm. How would that even make any
Hey,
sense?
hold on, repeat what you just said. Hold on, I didn't hear you. Repeat it.
All right, cool. So if you're trying to assert, right, that this guy from a lower realm
Not
created
from a
dual
lower realm.
system,
I have not
lower
asserted
realm
that.
than the lower a lower realm than the ones that you're trying to say.
He's
There, you
not in a
said there's
lower
stuff above.
realm.
You've
Stop
already
saying.
agreed there's stuff
Oh
above.
my
He's from a
god!
lower
I
realm
don't.
than the other
Wait.
ones.
Okay. Stop. Okay. Don't refer to like the way you're saying it. You're making it seem like the lower. It's a lower realm than the multiverse. Like it's
It's a
not.
lower realm. No, no, no. I'm not saying it's a lower realm than the multiverse. I'm saying it's below certain tiers. But there's certain
Oh.
tier. Okay, cool. And these transcendental tiers, right, are still abiding by these, dual systems. So how would that make any sense? Like, how could something from a lower,
Wait. Hold
lesser
on.
realm?
Wait. What's abiding by dual systems? You just said that. Like prove it.
All right, cool. You want me to prove that anything above source wall would abide by a tier system? Or abide by the system that you're like implying
No.
that this
No. It
character is
doesn't.
capable
It
of
doesn't.
creating for the
No.
whole multiverse?
Okay. Okay. I understand your argument now. Now look. If I presented a scan right here that shows like the creation containing all dualities, and then there's something above it, like something outside of creation, then that's clear reasoning as to like why those things above it wouldn't abide by dualities. It wouldn't abide by like logic and stuff, right? Because it's above all dualities. So it would abide by a different law of law or a different set or system of logic.
Okay. You said all dualities. That was the first word you said.
Yes.
You said all dual systems. This guy created all the dual systems.
Yes.
That the whole multiverse or like anything like they all abide by this like this system of dualities. You said that. You asserted
Uh,
this, right?
yes, I said it
All
in
right.
the within the
Cool.
multiverse. Within the multiverse. Yes.
All right. Cool. So now when these realms above are abiding by these very same things, but they are
Just told you.
supposedly transcendental or like,
Go ahead.
above, right? Because you know what it means to transcend. Like you would
Yes.
not you would be completely above. So how is something completely above abiding by something that a lower realm was capable of creating? Why are they like restricted by these things?
So you just repeated your same argument and then refuted mine. Go to conclusions. Circular.
What? What
You
was
just
your argument that I didn't refute?
did you not hear me? I just told you. If I showed you that scan, the first two, where it's clearly shown that the multiverse was created by all dualities, you like understand that throughout the scans, and then there's higher realms outside of this creation and the multiverse, then you can come to the clear conclusion that these higher realms or these higher beings, they abide by a different set of logic or a different set of like dualities. It exists
You
since it
said
exists
all dual
outside of
systems.
it.
You said all
Yes.
dual
Oh
systems.
my God! I said all dual systems inside the
But
multiverse.
they're all right,
Inside the
cool. So I'll
multiverse.
show you. Okay,
Bro,
I'll show you a clear example of like
oh
one of
my,
these upper
bro,
realms
look,
abiding by a dual system.
no,
Since
they
you asserted
don't.
that all
They
the dual systems.
don't.
Okay, cool. Show me that none of them abide by any dual system, or I could just show you to you.
That's retarded. You can't do that. Like, well, you just asked me to prove a
What?
negative. Go ahead, prove that.
I just said I could prove it.
Okay, yeah.
All right, cool. Hold on. Can you name one of the realms like above like your realm? Because
Overvoid.
I'm not all right. So the overvoid is like the only one. Is that what you're saying?
No, overvoid, crack, um, oversphere, mm, vertigo void.
I could look at this map. It would help. I gotta go. So, like see. All right, so we'd go like monitor sphere, and then source wall is like the point you're trying to assert, and then it would be above that. All right, cool. So with so where world speed force is the speed force wall above it? That's like how it
Oh
appears.
no.
No, it's not.
Above the source wall?
Yeah, it like
On the map,
on
it's literally shown that the speed force caps below the sphere of the gods. Like the Speed Force wall is at the Sphere of the Gods, only on top of Oreo Worlds.
source. All right, there you go. Here it is limited, even though thought beyond lies being monitor by the source and the. All right, cool. So the unknowable. Can you like who's monitor mind or like what is monitor mind?
The Aura Void.
All right, that's just like a second name or like.
Yeah.
Monitors are multiversal arrays. So I have any of like these monitors, like these monitor characters, right? I'm just looking it up. I'm really not like knowledgeable on DC. I don't pay attention to it. But like these monitor characters, what's their role? Like what do they do? I'm just trying
Um.
to get a grasp of that.
Who? Like which one? There's multiple monitors.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. So they have name monitors, OIS, blah blah blah. Multiversal rays charged with the protection of the multiverse. Oh, there's an anti-monitor.
Yeah.
Would that be like an opposite of the monitor?
Yeah. Opposite of the like main monitor.
Would that not be a dual system?
No.
Do you know what a dual system is?
Wait, you are aware they're in creation, right?
Hmm?
You are aware they're in creation, right?
They're in creation.
Yes, they were made. That
Specify.
okay? I'll get this again. Hold on. Like you know, like the monitor, anti-monitor, all those six-dimensional beings, like they're in the multiverse. I'll get the scan.
I know. I don't even care about that. All I'm telling you is that this would be a dual system or a duality. You know that, right? Like
Yeah, this is backing up my claim. They're still within the multiverse, so it doesn't matter. I already told you they created all dualities within the multiverse.
they did.
No. That person, the person on top, created it, and like they're in the multiverse, so it's fine
Yeah,
if
but
there's a duality within the multiverse. That
the
doesn't matter.
monitor. All right, I asked you if the monitor was above, and you told me yes.
I never said. I said the monitor mind is above. That's another. That's
All
a
right,
straw
yeah. This
man.
is what I'm asking. I'm obviously confused, right, on how this works. So if I ask you, monitor, I would obviously be assuming monitor, but like the same thing. But still, like, what's
No,
like the difference?
the
I
monitor mind
I
is the
need to understand
overvoid. The
the monitor.
difference is the monitor mind is the overvoid. The monitor is not a overvoid.
Overvoid abides by no system, like no system at all.
It abides by a different one. That's what I like asserted multiple
All
times.
right, cool. So if it abides by a system, you still know it would be considered like a dual system, or is it a dual system, or like what kind of system is it?
I think they just abide by a different one. It's not a dual system.
Different.
'Cause since
What
they,
can you
it's not a dual system since the
can
multiverse
you
contains all of
substantiate
them.
what system it would be abiding by, just like a system in general?
It will just be abiding by a different one. I don't think like I have to clarify which one it would be
You don't
the
think you have
abiding
to
by. Oh,
clarify? I
actually,
mean,
no,
you're
that's fine.
still
It will be abiding by dialetheism. Hello.
yeah. All
Oh
right.
yeah, it will.
Dilation is a view that there are statements which are both true and false. It's still a system, like it's still like would fall under like a
No,
contradictory system, or like a system
no.
of
Did you read
truths and
it?
false. I'm reading it right now. More
Yeah,
precisely, it is believed
it's.
that there. All right,
Wait, hold on. It's.
tone down, tone down. You don't need to like yell.
I'm not even yelling. What?
All right, well then you have your mic close. But either way,
Okay, but anyways, like
believe
I,
truthfully.
it's that's not a dual system. If it just said the
It's not a dual.
proposition,
No, I'm
the
reading it right now. I'm reading it right now. You're fine.
it just yeah, it's the proposition and the negation are both could both be true.
Instead, it is a thesis about truth that influences the construction of a formal logic, often based on pre-existing systems. But if it's based on like that's weird. I don't know how that could be above dual systems. Just
I
because it's
mean,
not
it's
like
fine. We can conclude if you want. If you think like
introducing
I
that
haven't adjusted it.
has various consequences depending on theory into which is construed. A common mistake resulting. Okay, to reg- a common mistake resulting from this is to reject on the basis that in traditional systems of logic, classical law, every statement becomes a theorem. All right, sure, because I still think this system would fall under some type of.
Why?
If you're saying that if because you asserted that there is an opposite of this system, you know that, right?
No, there's
Yeah, there
not an
is.
opposite. What? Oh my God! I just told you. How is there an opposite if the proposition and the negation are both true? What's the
Ready?
opposite? False? When
So
the proposition and the negation are both
if
true,
there's
how is there
all right,
false?
so ready? If there's like a side, right? There's two sides of everything. Do you agree with like that? There's at least a second side to everything. Because there's like, tell me like what you think this dialectism is, whatever. I can't pronounce it, but what do
Wait,
you think this
hold on.
is? Like,
It's
it,
when it's when you're like abiding by a different. It's a different set of logic.
all right, cool. And the opposite of that would be abiding by the logic, would it not?
No,
How would that not
because
be the opposite?
oh yeah, it's not because
All right, cool.
since
So you okay?
wait, let me finish. It's
All right,
not
fine.
because since we established the definition of dialetheism is when the proposition and the negation can both be true, then there is no opposite since you can both be abiding by dialetheism and not be at the same time since it's literally like that's what dialetheism
Yeah,
is.
but you just verbatim agreed that, like, you gave me a definition of what it was, and I told you how it would be an opposite. Then you just flipped again.
Oh my, go to conclusions. You're not
All
refuting
right,
my point.
sure, we can go to conclusions if you'd like.
Okay, I'll conclude first. In conclusion, I won this point because I already shown in the scan the creator right there is creating all dual systems. He has no like contentions to that. He agrees. Like whereas he created all dual systems within the multiverse, and then this way you could come to the logical like conclusion that that anything beyond the creation or anything beyond the multiverse within DC would abide by a different set of logic, since all dualities was created within the multiverse. He then brought up a point within the monitor with the monitors, like they abide by a dual system. I've proven it like not to be true, and like they're within the multiverse still, so it's fine if they abide by a dual system since they're in the multiverse. He had no contentions to that, so like that's refuted. And then basically he just kept circling back to his original premise multiple times, and like I feel like I just refuted his claims, and he just didn't refute mine back. So I think that's why I won the point.
Are you done?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Very cool. So basically, he made the assertion that everything within this multiverse would fall under these, like, would be transcended by these dual systems. He made that assertion. I refuted it by saying, is there like anyone above it, or like there's anything below it, or since he created it, right? There wouldn't be characters or anything like that substantially above the dual systems, right? So he gave me another scan. It was like, I don't even know where these are from either, but he said all of the DC cosmology or whatever was all together. So I mean, I didn't refute that. I was fine with that. He showed me a map of the overvoid or like the multiverse, and I brought up the point that every tier would transcend the next one. He agreed with me on that. So I asked him if this overvoid character, right, since it's above the source wall, if this overvoid character would abide by any dual systems. He brought up dialetheism, and I said it would still fall under like some sort of a dual system, because he agreed that there would be an opposite when I asked him, but then he tried to take it back afterwards. So I mean, I do think that he agreed that it would fall under a dual system, and since he agreed that this would be a transcendental realm, that he kind of like dropped the ball with that.
Wait, hold on. That's a straw man. I never agreed to the fact that it's an opposite.
I pointed that out, and
Yeah,
you did agree.
I did. No, I did not. I refuted it. I told you.
It's on video.
Yeah, it is on video. I told you. Like after you said that, I told like since it's dialetheism, you can still it won't have an
I
opposite because you
asked
can still
you.
the
I
proposition and the
asked you if
negation are
this
both
would have
true.
been the
So
opposite.
there
I
is
no,
no
listen,
opposite.
listen.
If the
I
proposition
asked
and the
you
negation are
if there
both
wasn't.
true, how is there an opposite?
I brought up, right, because you told.
Okay.
I asked you what it was,
Yo, give your
right?
verdict. Give your verdict, because like I don't think
You're
you
not
even
letting me
like
explain
understand.
why you missed this
Yeah,
up.
Hold on,
because
calm down.
you
I think I can like back up what was said in there, and if not, we can look on the recording if y'all disagree. But you okay? To quote Ikari, right? He was like, so would something being within the regular logic set be the opposite of this thing outside of it? Right? That's what you said at first when talking about the diatheism or whatever the frick.
So
Mhm.
yeah, when you're talking about, oh wait, you're asking him. My bad.
No, I was asking you. I was saying, is that what you said?
Okay.
Saying the thing would be the opposite?
Okay, so I asked him what dialetheism is, right? He went on, he kind of further elaborated on what it would be. And I
Mhm.
gave him what would be like a complete opposite to that, which means it would be a dual system, like, right? Because you know how opposites would be a dual system or
Yeah.
complete opposites.
Okay. So
He
yeah.
agreed, yeah. And then we went past it. Then he tried to take it back when he realized he kind of messed it up right there.
Okay. Yeah. To be fair, he would be like, well, yeah, and then he like stop mid sentence. So I mean, y'all could like argue over if that's like
It's a
backtracking
sign of
and
no.
shit
It's
like
just
that.
acknowledgement. That's just acknowledging what he said.
So y'all could be like, you can argue over that, but yeah, Freakzy didn't like fully finish the sentence.
Okay,
But he also
that's
did start
totally
saying
fine.
no. So
He
it's
went
up to
he
you.
went off and said no, but his contention to like when he like further went on with that, right? With his no, it still didn't really like refute what I told him, because it would still be an opposite. You're right, because he gave me a definition of what it would be. I gave the exact opposite of what that would be. Even if he
Okay.
doesn't agree, right? That is still a, opposites. He can't just,
Uh, here's where I
after
kind of
giving a
disagree.
definition.
Here's where I
Sure, go
kind of disagree. So what I gathered from the debate, actually, do you want me to give the verdict at the end or like point by point?
Just
Also,
give it.
Opo's
go
judging.
point by point, please. I prefer
Okay,
Just give it
so
now.
Oppo, you want to start or you want me to?
You can start Forka.
Okay. Well, when it comes down to the opposite shit you brought up, Freakzy refuted that. I think he refuted that. I'm not sure what Oppo thinks, but he refuted that by saying, the proposition and the negation can both be true. So there is no contrast or falsity there. Both are like true and like the same instead of both being opposites.
Mm-hmm. All right. Are you like? Can I like tell you why I don't like agree with that?
Let Oppo give his judgment. Then yeah, you can go ahead.
All right. Total.
I mean, I think it's. I mean, I agree with Forka. I think dialetheism as a concept or as a system is pretty straightforward. I think Freaksy sufficiently explained it to counter your point about something having to qualify as an opposite. So
All right. So now can I like? All right. So I'm just gonna refute this. So basically, I asked him what it was, right? If it had a concrete, right? He gave me a concrete definition. I gave him a concrete contrast to his definition that he like didn't like disagree with until like afterwards. But even in disagreement, it was still a contrast to what he said. If it's a
would you
contrast, it would
repeat
still
that?
be a like. All right. So basically, he's told me what dialetheism is, right? Whatever, I can't say it, but he told me what it was. I told him the exact opposite of it, right? When he gave me his definition, I refuted it with the exact opposite. He then continued, right? After that to say, well, yeah, and then took it back. Then he was like, well, no, because blah blah blah. Even if he tried to like his refutation really doesn't hold any like substantiability to the fact that these are still contrasts and complete opposites of each other.
Wait, what would be complete opposites of each other?
Do you mind giving your definition again, like the
Uh,
one that you gave, please?
It's kind of unnecessary to even bring that up. He's okay. Oppo is saying he presented a contrast to dialetheism.
Like a
Like a
con-
Sorry.
like
complete
a
opposite.
contrast. Wait, like
Yeah.
a contrastable system?
Since it
You're just
falls
saying
under
like
like
there's
a,
a contrast to it, so it's a duality. This is what
That
he's
does
arguing.
what? That
you know what like I can give you the definition of what a dual system is. I mean,
I
No,
know
but
what a
this is
dual
like where the
system
true and true
is.
come into the true and
No,
true proposition part.
what? That makes no sense. I'm so confused. You,
all
you
right.
you
I
provided an
gave
What are you missing
him
opposite
out
to
on?
wait. You provided an opposite to what dialetheism was as as a system.
no. His exact definition of it. I'm not saying I'm like telling you the whole thing, right, as a whole was wrong. But when he presented me with a definition and I gave an exact opposite to his definition, that would presuppose that it was like a dual
That
system.
Under
doesn't
your own
that
logic.
that that doesn't prove that that doesn't invalidate dialetheism. That's you're just giving another logical system that something could fall under.
Yeah, that's just the laws of
No,
logic.
You're
I'm
not really
saying
that,
it
that wouldn't defeat
that
his point.
system. No, I'm saying his system that he gave me, right,
Which would
has
be
an opposite.
time out. Which would be a system in which a statement or a proposition can be or can wait, hold up. What was the definition for you?
Definition of what? Dialetheism?
What did
Yeah.
you give him?
I
So I don't
said the
butcher it.
proposition and the negation can both be. I said no. Well, like actually, what I said was it's something outside the laws of logic, and where the proposition and the negation can both be true at the same time.
Can be true
See,
and false.
yeah,
Yeah,
but then he
no, can both
logically
be true at the
explains
same
it.
time.
So I don't really. Once again, like
So the
everything's
proposition
everywhere.
okay.
His
Once
definition is what I
again,
said had a
okay, so
contradiction.
his definition you said had an opposite to it, right?
His exact definition, yes, the one that he
And what
gave.
would
If
the
you listen
exact
back,
what was the opposite to that definition? Just say
can
it
you
out
restate
for me.
exactly? I forget exactly what his definition was at the time, so I don't want to
Well,
straw man it.
here, I'll just tell you what dialetheism is the view that there are statements that
Well,
which
no.
can be both
I
true and
just
false.
I read dialetheism, and I don't think his definition that he gave really like was correct, like correctly presented. I don't think he said it
He
correct.
said true and true. A proposition and its
A
negation can
statement
both be
is
true, which still follows that definition.
okay, so what was the opposite to that, Ikari?
Oh, so he was like, let me give exactly what he said. Let me go back to like when we were looking at dialetheism. He was like, he explained it with what it would like completely contradict. All right, it was like a common mistake resulting blah 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 is that it wouldn't like follow a traditional system of logic like classical logic, or intuitive logic, whatever.
Okay.
So when he gave like the logic, right? Wouldn't the opposite of that just to be the following all those logical systems? That would be a complete opposite, would it not?
Okay. Like I said, that's not a defeater to his point. If he's
It may not be a defeated. Yeah.
If
But
he's
I'm just saying,
asserting
right?
that his character abides by a
Yeah.
dialetheistic system of
If you
logic,
heard what he was trying to scale him off of, though, right? I made the point that this below character, right? This below character made all the, dual systems, everything like that. So if his character above fell under a dual system, it would kind of like not really logically make any sense. So the logical assumption would fall elsewhere.
and then he said, okay, in that case, my character would just have to abide by a system that doesn't go by classical logic, which would be dialetheism. If your
No,
defeater was
wait,
just providing
he
an opposite
said
to dialetheism, that doesn't make any sense.
no. He said it would never like his would go abide by a system. At first, he didn't say dialetheism, right? At first, he just said it would abide by any system,
I
right?
don't
Like or like a
really
system
care
above.
what he at first said.
Yeah, I
His
know,
He
extrapolation
said he
upon the
doesn't need to.
dialetheistic
Yeah, he said
system
he didn't
doesn't
need to
matter.
say anything, and then he further elaborated later.
Yeah, he gave me a system, but that system I gave an example of how that system would still have an opposite or be a dualism. So
That
if this
doesn't matter.
character above, yes, because this character above, right, is abiding by, and he agreed that these realms would be transcendental, like the characters above would like not be
What is
affected. They wouldn't be affected by a one above it, right? Like a character
What?
above on this transcendental realm, and then this one below would be like the one above couldn't be affected by the one below, basically.
You agreed to that, Freakzy?
You can pull up the
Never agreed
recording.
to that. All I said was that
I
it
asked him if he
transcends.
knew what transcend means, and he even agreed that like these
I
characters
didn't,
would
you didn't
transcend
ask.
them.
All I did was just say the realms transcend each other. I never
Yeah, and the
said.
characters from below would not be able to transcend.
I never
characters
said
If
from
that.
above.
that
What?
wasn't
I never
extrapolated
said that.
upon, I know that wasn't. You would have
Sure,
had to
I
go
guess.
further into that to make a type of assertion like that, because that's kind of
So you're just
crucial.
saying,
You
all
wouldn't
right,
have given Freaksy the chance to respond to a character maybe in the overvoid level.
yeah,
You're
I
meant
guess what
to
you're saying.
attack a
Yeah,
character
I guess what you're saying.
in limbo.
All right,
Exactly.
I can agree. That's fine.
Okay,
You spelled
so
extrapolation wrong, Forka. You stupid
Shut your
bitch.
bitch ass up, you fat whore.
Hey, get back, faggot. That's what I
Okay.
thought.
Yeah, can you not
So we can
say offensive
continue. We
words?
can continue.
All right,
Go
yeah,
back
go
to
ahead.
That's
hush
fine.
mode,
That's fine.
bitch.
okay, are we on the next point now?
Yeah, just you can.
Okay, I'll just get Lucifer above creation. Hold on. Let me get something verbatim so we don't have to go on to a long tangent.
If I ask you, right, just a quick question, would you agree, like, if you created something, you would transcend it? Is that what you like with this assertion?
No.
All right, I was just asking if you think this character transcends all dual systems
Yeah, I
since
think
he
he
created them.
does. Oh no, not the, I'm not scaling that character. That's not
Yeah,
Lucifer.
I know that's not. I'm just saying, if you're, I'm asking you if this character transcends all the dual systems or not, or like if you think because he created them, he transcends them.
I think he's outside of him. He abides by dialetheism, but that doesn't matter though.
No, not the overvoid. I'm talking about. Is that first character? Who is that? If you don't mind me
I don't,
asking.
I don't even
Like the
know.
one from the first. Oh, you don't even. Okay.
Okay, I'll just get multiple scans. Um, okay. So basically, what's it called? Yeah, Lucifer is outside the void. I mean, he's inside the void, which is where all creations are like born in, same place that other guy created creation in. And then that's when that like Lucifer is like outside of creation, like since he's in the void.
Oh, you know, like existing in something would it make you like above it, right? You know that, right?
Okay, that's not even my argument.
All
I'm
right.
just saying since he exists outside the like creation and exists outside of all binary and duality systems, that means he will also abide by dialetheism.
He would abide by it. Like that would be like
He won't abide by classical logic and abide by dialetheism, like via previous
so you're
argument.
just saying like he wouldn't be able to like he wouldn't just abide by logic at all.
He wouldn't abide by classical logic.
All right, so he's still bound by like some type of like you think he's not. You don't think he's above logic, right? That's not what your assertion is, right?
I think he's above classical logic.
Is his name Lucifer?
Hmm. I mean, okay, if you're gonna use that argument, like that would just be like our own, like since we abide by classical logic, that would be our own like interpretation of what the character is. We're naming
Well,
him Lucifer,
well, if
but that
he
doesn't mean.
calls
Wait,
himself
wait, let me
Lucifer, right?
finish. Let me
Sure.
finish. That doesn't mean that's how what he's actually abiding by. Just like we already established via the previous point that anything above creation abides by like dualities, and I mean anything above creation like it's outside classical logic, outside all dualities. So if we give him a name, that would be our own interpretation of what the character
Well,
is.
did we give him a name or did he give himself a name?
We gave him a name. Did we not? Did the author not create the character? Like
All
what's
right,
going
so
on?
you're saying the character was all right. I guess you can make that makes some sense, but he's still abiding by that law of identity.
He is. Oh my God! I just told you that is our own. Like since we are abiding by
So,
classical logic, that
there's
would be our
characters.
own interpretation.
Do you know what it means to appoint somebody? Like, okay, because you know someone like is literally talking to him, right? Like someone's appointing him right now.
Yeah, the presence.
All right, cool. So the presence is talking to him. Do you know what it means to appoint someone?
Okay, that no, that wait. Okay, what are you trying to get out of this?
Well, he's appointing him, which means he's assigned her a job or role. That would be a point, unless you want to give a different definition that you think is better.
Wait, hold on. So you think because he's getting talked to, that means that he abides by
He's being
classical
appointed,
logic?
correct? Would he not be appointed?
What's your definition of appointed?
I already gave it to you. I said assign a job or role. He's given a role.
How's
He's
he
like a
given a
listen.
role? It's
Do you
not
know
even
what
a
like a
definition.
listener is? Yes, it is. Go look up a point.
Decided on beforehand.
Hmm.
Now,
Oh, you
how
want to
is
use
that
that
mean
one?
given a
So
role?
determine, or decided on. Do you want to use that one? I mean, both are still this. I could make an argument for both of these.
That's fine. Why does him being talked to mean that he's like abiding by some type of classical logic?
All right. So you know what the law of identity is, right?
A is A, yeah.
All right, cool. So the law of identity would be in logic says that everything is identical with itself. It is the first of the three stories of logic. Law of non-contradiction, blah blah blah.
Also, at the end of the day, like this doesn't matter since I've already proven him to be outside of creation, and creation holds
Well,
all
I mean,
dualities.
you also agreed that like being somewhere wouldn't necessarily.
I never agreed to that. Stop strawmanning me.
I literally said that, and then
You
you
were
said I
talking.
think
No,
you
no.
think
What you did before I brought up Lucifer being outside of creation, you asked me whether this guy who created the creation, you asked me like whether I think he abides by other laws of logic. I was like no at first, but then I said yes because he predates them. He existed when they did not exist. So clearly that's a clear implication that he did abide by a different law of logic or a different set of logic.
well, existence itself is logical, but I mean, I see what you're saying, but can you like just further your point? I just want to see like what you're trying to get out of it.
I'm
If you
just trying
think
to
like
get him to abide by like a different set of logic, dialetheism. So
I mean, your classical logic is what you're trying to say, right?
yeah, no, not class. That's a straw man. No,
You said
that's not a
classical
straw man. My
logic.
fault.
Yeah.
No, he's not abiding by classical logic. No, I
Yeah, I'm
like how
not
many
saying that
times
he is. I'm asking you, you're just saying that he doesn't abide by classical logic, right?
he doesn't. Lucifer does not. He's above it. Like, or he abides by something
All
different.
right. So he's not abiding by like deductive logic, is what you're saying. And if you think I'm like trying to trap you here, you can just go look up classical logic is just like deductive logic.
Yeah, I'm gonna look that up.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I can't find it. Can you get it?
Sure. It's like right on Google. Here you go.
Classical logic is the intensively studying. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you're just trying to say that he's just outside of this deductive logic system that we would normally abide by, correct? That would just be like what you're trying to get with this.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Yeah. So he abides by a different or set of logic. Now, what is your character gonna do?
Huh?
What
Oh,
is your
my
character
character.
gonna do? Look at somebody who abides by like a different set of logic.
Well, what if I
Character-
told you my character is literally just the embodiment of anything that isn't logical?
Okay. Why?
Well, he's Discord. Basically, I'll show you like
Wait,
how
are you using
Discord
like the
works.
app Discord? What the
No, no,
fuck?
no, no.
Oh,
No, it's a pony.
So basically, right,
wow.
the way that Discord works, he's basically is the embodiment of chaos. Do you know what chaos means, right?
Mm, sure, sure.
Behavior so predictable as to appear random, owing, and the great sensitivity, right? Would you agree? Would you say that your character is like predictable?
I don't know.
Well, I mean, predict. If he was not, or if he was predictable, he would obviously be abiding by our forms of logic, would he not?
I mean, I'm not asserting anything.
You're not.
Like, if you want to assert that he is predictable, you can go ahead and prove that. But I'm not asserting he is or isn't.
Well,
I'm like
I mean, it would be a
agnostic to that.
presupposed assumption that your character would obviously be predictable due to the fact that you've already proved that he doesn't abide by normal forms of logic.
What? You literally just said, but before you said that sentence, you just said like being predictable falls under classical logic or like the laws of logic. But if I have already proven Lucifer to abide by something outside of it, then how the fuck is he gonna like be predictable?
So, do you think he's predictable or not? I'm asking you if you think he's a predictable
I just
character.
told you I'm not asserting anything. If you think he is predictable or isn't, you can prove that. I'm
All
not
right,
gonna
well, I'm
assert.
going to assert that your character is predictable then. Right?
Okay,
If you're
go
not going
ahead.
to like, all right, cool. So you just don't,
Prove
you
it.
don't have any contention to it.
No, prove it.
I have to prove your character is predictable.
Yes, you just said you asserted it. Now prove it. What?
All right, cool. Hold on 1 second. I just want to know like what you think about your own character. I mean, you're the one scaling him. Hold on. All right, so what is your character goes by dialetheism, whatever, right?
Hmm.
All right, cool. All right, predictable definition: capable of being predicted, able to be seen or declared in advanced a predictable reaction. So, do you think? I'm just gonna ask you, right? Since you're the one scaling this character, do you think he would be able to be like declared in advance? Would you be able to know what your character is gonna do before he does it?
What? I don't know.
You you don't
Why are we
know?
on my scaling?
Well, I'm asking you a question about your character since you're asserting that since he's like doesn't conform
And
like to classical logic, right? You would think he would be like this high or whatever.
okay,
So like,
why is everything you're talking about pertinent to the conversation or the debate? Like
well,
I
I'm
don't know what.
talking about how my character would simply just beat your character in almost any case. So do you think your character is like he would be predictable, non-predictable, just whatever? Do you think like he's either predictable or non-predictable, or
I
you just
already
think he's something?
told you. I'm not asserting anything. Like if you think he is predictable, go ahead and prove it. I'm not asserting whether he is or isn't.
Well, all right. Well, I'm gonna just give you like multiple situations where your predictability would matter, right? So if your character was predictable, right, we would have to say would feed Discord. It would just make him stronger. I mean, if your character wasn't predictable, right, it would just make him stronger. Your predictability would feed him. I'll give you an example of why that would be the case. Let me just upload these. And you know the definition of chaos, right? Or do you want that as well?
I know the definition.
All
Complete
right, cool.
disorder, confusion.
Complete disorder. Yeah. Or I would say it would be more of like the physics definition. I'll point why I think it would be more of that. The behavior so unpredictable just to appear random, owing to sensitivity to small changes in conditions. I'll tell you why that would be the case. Just watch the video, right?
Watch what video?
It's sending. I have multiple sending. Well, one only sent for some reason. I wonder if it can.
What else?
I
Furniture
don't
on
really
the
feel like
ground?
watching this,
So
but
predictable.
basically, right?
Put them where they don't
Discord
belong.
is like fading away. Like to give you context, so like he's not acting like he's acting predictable. He's acting like like the opposite of chaos, which would
What
be order.
the fuck? You're using a My Little Pony character?
Yes, I am. So
Hold on, let
basically,
me
right?
watch.
Because he's funny
Yeah,
like
go ahead.
that. Bet you can't catch me.
So
Wait, hold on.
So she says, furniture on the ground, so predictable, like, right? So this is why she's appointing, like, oh, it's too predictable for this to, like, help him. And then he puts him up on the ceiling, right? As to show, like, that would be the unpredictable thing to do. And this is what makes him gain his
Wait.
power back. If you want me to show you, to give you, like, some more context, like, what was happening
So
beforehand.
confused. What are you trying to get out of this?
Unpredictability would just simply feed Discord or make him stronger. So, all right. So now I'm going to show you how that would be the case. The second video is sending, or actually, this would be the first video. I don't know why it's sent in wrong order.
So I have multiple contestants to this. First, this would have a limit, and it will be limited by their dimensionality or his dimensionality. So
His
because like
dimensionality.
anything, yes, because
But
anything
you
like
just want me to scale AP? Sure. I'll give you an AP scaling. That's totally fine. That's my bad for not doing that in the first place, actually. So, so what? Like, let me give you being outer. All right, cool.
Wait, are y'all scaling AP?
I'm about to right now.
I mean,
I thought this was equal stats.
Yeah, facts. What? It would be bound by his dimensionality. His dimensionality would be equal to yours. I completely forgot this was equal stats.
wait, that is true. I forgot as well. But
Yeah. It's fun. I'm sure you forgot. I forgot.
Have you tried the
So,
scones?
all right.
They're
So now that we've sustained that, it would be equal to his dimensionality. You agreed with that now. So this would feed him. Your character would feed him if
wait,
he was
hold on.
predictable.
Delete this last video because like I don't like it right there. Delete it.
You don't like it right there?
Yeah, because this red line is popping up and that's annoying.
Oh, my bad.
I have OCD. I'm sorry, but
You're totally
what's it
fine.
called?
I have other shit going on. But yeah, you're fine.
Okay, so if your character like does your character not abide by classical logic or does he abide by a different one? Because since we already established mine abides by a
Well, he would be
different one.
completely
Let me
outside of.
finish. Wait,
Yeah.
wait. If we establish that my character like abides by something outside classical logic, then how can your character even like be able to even perceive him or like be able to understand him? Since if your character like abides by classical logic, it's not like your character can understand like what a circular cube is, right? Because like a circular cube is something that defies the
Illogical,
laws of
yeah.
logic. Yeah, like just like my character, right? So how will your character be able to perceive mine or
Well, my
be able to?
character is literally just like he can be whatever like he wants. Basically, I'm going to show you how this works. So basically, right, this character right now is the embodiment of illogic. Like this unlogical sense that you're trying to make up. Why he wouldn't be able to see him, whatever, or perceive him. He wouldn't be able to like understand Lucifer because he isn't logical, right? That's your assertion.
Summed up basically.
All right, cool. So since your character, right, is the exact opposite of logic, or he would not like abide by this simple form of logic that the classical logic. Discord is not either. He doesn't. He actually logic kills him. Like
Okay, prove it.
I'm showing you that in the second video. So basically, he was
Let me
being
watch.
destroyed.
Wait,
right?
let me watch it first. Wait.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
Huh. Have you tried the scones? They're positively delectable. The secret is in the extra butter.
What is wrong with you? You're acting so normal, which is not so normal for you.
Well, whatever do you mean? Is it just me being me?
No, it's not. It's you being like every pony else.
Hello?
Wait, hold on. I'm watching the video.
The more you do it, the more you fade away. Of course. You're a creature of pure chaos. Being normal is destroying you.
Oh, how interesting. That reminds me of something I heard at the market today.
I gotta thank Forco for reminding me this is equal stat. I was actually gonna was
You're welcome, bro. I was so
yo, I was
confused.
like,
I
wait,
was like,
hold on, my
hello?
brain.
Wait, hold on. How does this prove? Like, wait, are you using the pony or like that
No,
other
no, no.
guy?
That other guy, yeah.
Oh, I
It's the
thought
other
you were
guy.
using the freaking pony. Oh,
No, no, no. No.
oh, okay. But that how does this prove he abides by like something outside of logic?
All right, cool. So now he was abiding by logic, right? Or he was trying to. He was trying his best to do so.
Oh,
In doing well, that's what you can even listen to what she says. I'll quote her real quick. Let me rewatch the video. He's like, what's wrong with you? You're acting so normal, which isn't normal for you, right? It continues. The video goes on, right? And you'll see like at 27 seconds, the more he was acting normal or like, abiding by these, trying to abide by these normal forms
wait,
of logic, the
hold
more
on.
he was disappearing.
Oh, okay. Let me watch it.
Yeah, just go to 27 if you want to see him disappear. And she makes a statement.
She says the more you do it. What is she referring to when she says do it?
If you watch, did you watch the whole clip? I think you said you watched it, right? So
Yeah.
he was trying his best to act normal, right? Or like act like, abide by logic or be logical, right? Sit there, drink his tea, whatever. He's like, oh, he acts normal and it's basically killing him. And she gives a reason, right? You're a creature of pure chaos. Being normal is destroying you. And that's why he's fading away, because he was acting normal.
What? Wait, so you're saying because wait, what is normal? Because like what do you mean by
Normality,
normal?
you want a definition of normal?
Because just because you act normal, like me sitting here right now, I could say I'm acting normal. Like that. Why would
Well,
that? Or no. Actually, no. Lucifer could but just be sitting down. Like you could be considering that him acting normal, but like, why does that mean he abides by classical logic? Or like, why does that mean if he's not
well,
acting normal?
showing
Like,
that he
why would
isn't.
that be him abiding by something outside of classical logic?
Well,
I don't
would you
understand like
say,
how that correlates.
all right, if you act normal, would you just disappear? Is this like a logical thing to assume that you would just appear, like disappear? You would just be.
Okay, wait. Okay. So the way I'm seeing this right now, I'm seeing this to be a baseless claim. You're just saying because since he's like acting normal and
Well,
he's
no,
disappearing.
she
Wait,
calls
let me
him.
finish. Let me
Yeah, you're
finish.
fine. You're fine. Go ahead.
Just because he's sitting down acting normal, you're trying to say, and he's disappearing, you're trying to say like he's abiding by something outside of logic. Like, what's suggesting this? Like, what type of what evidence is making you come to this conclusion? Because the way I'm seeing this is baseless. There's nothing suggesting towards this. So like, why do you think this?
I mean, if you would like me to show you a scan of him just basically denying logic passively, I could totally do that for you if that
Yeah,
would
do
help you.
that.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Let me get this real quick. Hopefully, I have it still.
Also, the definition of normal is like conforming to a standard, usual, typical, or expected. So, like, if it's expected, that would just be like something
Yeah, I
subjective.
know. Well, my original point, right? If you were listening, I think you heard what I said originally, right? So basically, Discord doesn't necessarily like if you were predictable or unpredictable, right? If your character was unpredictable, then it would simply just like feed Discord. But if your character was predictable, I think it like would basically go like the opposite direction. So that's why I asked you if you think your character is predictable or unpredictable.
I mean,
All
he
right.
by Dali. I mean, I don't know, bro. Go get the scan like you were talking about just now.
Trying to let me just go ahead and grab the scan. I'm gonna show you him basically passively defying logic to the
Okay.
degree of like, where is? It's been a while since I used the scan. I used it against. Where's? There he is. All right, cool. So up here. All right, there it is, and save.
Did you send it?
I'm trying to. It's like being stupid. Hold on. Copy. Maybe I can just copy the link. I'm not used to like using my PC anymore. There you go. All right.
What the?
Can you read that? It's a part of the story. It's canon. I can show you.
You quoted.
Yeah, here I could show you. It's canon.
Yeah, and do that as well, because
Yeah,
this looks like a
no problem.
Word document.
I mean, I could just QD mark. Like the QD mark. Fuck is this? Is him up? It's not like a light. It's like a book. It's just a book. It's like
Wait, who
Judy
are you
Mark
using?
Discord. Let me see if I can refind what it was called. It was like called like the Cutie Mark. Is this it? No, that's not the one. I'm trying to find it. Oh, what's it called?
This nigga Tomky is struggling to make the Judge VC.
Mhm. I think it's called like the Cutie Mark Curse. Oh, there it is. There it is. I found it. It's called Ponyville Mysteries: Cursed Crusaders.
Um,
Here, I'll upload this for you as well. Oh wait, I uploaded it to the wrong channel. Here you go. So this is the book right here. So now, would you like me to like give you more context of how the scan works?
no, hold on. My Little Pony. Um, Ponyville Mystery.
Or it goes trolling. I don't actually have the book.
Where's the book
You
at? I
can't
don't
do
see
this.
it.
You're right.
Oh my, wait, My Little.
I sent you the cover. It's in scans. If you want to, you can just like reverse image search the cover if you'd like.
Yeah, but like I actually want to go inside the book and see this.
Oh, I don't know if there's like a copy where you can just like illegally look at it. I don't know.
Oh,
You
what
probably like
chapter is
word
it in?
search chapter. Let me check. I'm just gonna like reverse image search this. I haven't read this. Like I've never read this book before. Much. I mean, I did give you context. I could say that would be like under your job to find it at that point. But
Yeah, I
yeah,
know. I'm searching. Look, I can stream what I'm doing right now. Hold on. All right, come on my
I,
stream.
I just don't feel like being an asshole. So Hyper Shop, you could find it on.
Wait,
You
look,
could
look.
find the
I
book
found I
on
found the book
Indigo.
already.
Chapters at Indigo. Oh, you
Look,
did?
yeah, look. Are you in my stream? Join my stream really fast. This is what I see.
Yeah, the whole. Okay, that's the whole book.
Yeah. So look, this is the book right here, and then you see it says no wasp, no rain. And like if I search that up, look, it says search in the book. I'm gonna search up no wasp, no rain. See, like it
Right
it
there.
doesn't come up. This
What
this
do you mean?
isn't the same as what you were saying.
Wait, is it the same exact book? Are you
Yeah,
positive this is the exact
it's
same book? Show
it's the
me.
same book. Cause look, I'll get the cover. This is the cover. My Little Pony, Ponyville Mysteries, Cursed Crusaders. Same thing you
Can
sent, like
you give
the
me your
title.
website? I'll find it. I'll find it for you. Give me your website.
Okay. I mean, I'm not trying to like say you're lying about anything. I'm just like trying to make sure
Yeah,
information.
I wouldn't do that. Here, let me find it for you. Oh, it's because they don't have the whole book.
They don't.
No, if you look on like the side, it gives you the context. It says My Little Pony, Ponyville Mysteries, Cursed Created, and then it says preview.
Oh, I was previewing the book,
Yeah,
bruh.
there's only 8 pages in their preview. But you
Oh,
did kind of show. I kind of gave you substantiality that this would be a real book, and so now I'll like, and it's like even looks exactly the same if you like look at like the text there and the text and like that you see.
hold on. I just want to go to one more site.
Yeah, no problem. Take your time.
Actually, no, there's no point.
And
Okay, so
wait, did that? My man's trolling, bro. What? I should have took Monica. I wouldn't have got trolled so hard. Yeah, I would have. What? That would have changed nothing. All right, let's just. So, are you fine? Are you like good on this now?
yeah.
All right, cool. So basically, to give context, she's like, the curse is gone. Squidtle called back. Actually, no. Discord sat by wearing 3D glasses and eating popcorn. Bad luck curses work using logic. They figure out the worst possible thing that could happen to make it come true, but there's no logic here. It's all chaos. Several toads wearing turbans dance in the background. With no logic, there's no luck, so there's nothing with the spell to work with. Been safe here the entire time. So basically, he's showing that like within his like presence, right? When you're around Discord, logic does not act the same. Like anything that Discord, like his magic or him himself doesn't abide by logic, right? It is passively just denying it because their curse
Gonna
that was
abide by.
worked. No, listen. So their curse that was worked using logic, right? This whole curse, like, there's nothing with this that the spell could work with because this curse was like basically drawing like a logical illustration. It was bad luck curses work using logic. They figure out the worst possible thing that could happen and make it come true. But since there was no logic around like Discord, right? There was nothing that it could actually work.
Hold on. So, are you trying to say your character doesn't like abide by any type of logic at all?
Huh?
You're saying your character doesn't abide by any type of logic at all?
What do you mean by no type of logic?
Like you just said like
I
he
mean,
he
I feel
can't
like he
because
can
logic.
contort
You said
himself.
logic hurts him.
Yeah.
So
Okay, so he can contort himself to like fit whatever logical like or logical or unlogical thing he wants to. I mean, if he doesn't want something to happen, it won't happen. But if he wants something to happen, it will.
wait, hold on. Why does hurting like getting hurt from something mean like you don't abide by it?
What do you mean?
Cause isn't your argument like since he got hurt by logic, that means he doesn't abide by it? Or like
What?
what is
Hold
like
on.
isn't your argument since he's getting hurt by logic, that doesn't mean he abide that means that he doesn't abide by it. Like what is it?
Confused like what you're trying to ask me. I'm sorry.
I
Like,
said, is your argument that since he's getting hurt by logic, that means he does not
oh no,
abide by it?
no. So this would just apply more context. I was using mainly what her argument, like her doing illogical things or like doing like chaotic things more is like the word I like to use. Chaotic as in the physics sense. She was doing chaotic things and it was feeding Discord since he was abiding by this, normal tone of like, oh, since he was acting predictable and it was literally killing him. So this
Wait,
unpredictability would simply feed him. Whenever he's in the presence of unpredictability, it makes him stronger. Further shown by the fact for when she puts this furniture right up on the roof, this is like this isn't normal to fucking do that. So since she puts furniture on the roof, right? Like nails it to the roof, and she was like, "Ooh, too predictable." When she was gonna leave it on the ground, so I'll put it up on the roof. This unpredictability fed Discord to the point where he was able to start snapping again. He wasn't this hollowed out thing anymore. He wasn't weakening anymore. He became stronger within the presence of this unpredictability. So that's why I asked you, is your character predictable or unpredictable? Because if your character was predictable, I would have to argue this differently.
Okay, so your character does abide by a dual system or a set of logic
A
because
dual system.
yeah, a dual system would be
What if I
within.
told you he embodied every dual system?
No, it was like the what's it called? In the scan you sent earlier, the video, she said the pony told Discord. She said, you're the embodiment of chaos. So and chaos, the like that's a duality
Now,
right there.
all right. So you're saying that like there's a formable like opposition of Discord, like something opposite of Discord, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I would have to agree on you with this. So now here's like, I'll show you a little bit more here now. So basically, there is also an opposite of Discord, right? But it is himself. Basically, he can transform to order or Accord is what he likes to call it, right? So so basically, Discord would simply turn to Accord, right? Or we're on equal stats here, so he would counteract your character completely. He could switch between this form back and forth as he pleases. I can show you right now. I'll give you.
Okay, so what's gonna stop my character from killing yours before he switches? Because
Oh
I
well,
passively abide
simply.
by
Well,
one, and
would
your
it
character
be?
has to switch.
Are you logically like? Wouldn't it not just be something unpredictable to do that? You wouldn't predict that he would be able to do that, or he would just like
What do you mean?
his next move, unless his move was predictable, right?
Who's
It
Lucifer?
would just feed him. Yeah, is Lucifer's move going to be predictable?
I mean, since he abides by a dialetheism, like it will both of
We're
them will
all
be
on
at the
equal
same
stats here
time.
too, by the way. So I mean, it
Oh,
doesn't really like
that's
he's not
fine.
going to be able to just blitz him and change him right away.
That's fine. Like, okay, so how fast does he change it? How
Hmm?
fast does he change his
As he
persona?
pleases, as he pleases. Here,
Okay, but how fast is the actual like how fast and I mean how long until the actual change happens?
actual change happens. What do you mean? Like till he turns to Accord right away?
Yeah. Okay, prove it.
I am. All right, right here. So here. I'm here reporting on the unifying principle of order. I'm going to show you him changing
Are
into
you using comp?
How am I using? Okay, the comics are like canon to the storyline. I can show you that as
Oh,
well. Yeah, they're canon. So basically, the comics are canon to like the show.
wait, I am here in every pony. I am the unifying
I'm
principle.
gonna show you. I'll further show you what Accord is. I have a lot of scans here.
Wait, that means you wait, hold on. So you're using Discord and the Accord because like those are two different individual beings,
Oh
right?
no, they're
Because
not. No,
they
no, no.
wait,
It's
hold
like
on, let me finish. Let me finish. Because Accord
mhm.
right here, he like identifies himself as every pony. He's a unifying principle of order, and he lives in the hearts of all ponies who desire order. And then
It would be
Discord,
more of a transformation, would it not?
no, just because you transform doesn't mean you'll have an entirely different
Mhm.
like individuality. That's very
How not? If you were
okay. I'll give you an
transformed, right?
analogy. Goku transforms from Super Saiyan 1 to Super Saiyan 2. That doesn't mean he has a whole. That doesn't mean he's not Goku anymore. That just means he got stronger.
Yes,
Same
that
thing
proved
with
my point.
that doesn't prove your
He's
point.
his
He's still
persona switching.
Goku. He's not.
No, listen. If you
He's not
change your,
persona. He's
you can. He's
like
basically what I'm
a
telling you is that he
different.
could be whatever he wants,
He can't be
and I'm
whatever
showing
he
you.
wants.
How not?
Wait. Because that means you're not using Discord anymore. Because we already
I
established.
am using Discord.
I asked you
I still
earlier. Are
am.
you? Wait. Look,
If
I
he was
asked you
able to
earlier.
make the
I mean,
conscious
stop
right,
cutting me off. Stop cutting me
I'm
off.
not. You're well. You're
You
just
cut me
starting
off
something
like five
retarded.
times just now.
Sure,
Stop
sure,
cutting
sure.
me off.
Continue.
I asked you earlier whether you're using. I asked you who you're using. You said Discord. Now,
Hmm.
if you're gonna go get another scan of a whole nother being, which is Accord, who identifies as something entirely different from Discord, then you aren't using Discord anymore. You're using a different individual. As I said, you're
No,
yeah. I
no.
told you.
If I am
I gave you
capable,
evidence via your
if
own
you
scans.
gave me an example which furthers my point.
It
You
does not.
literally said if Goku
Why is it
transforms,
further?
right? If Goku goes into a new form, right? Is it still Goku?
Yes, it is Goku.
Cool. Look, he changes into Accord. This is how he did it. It was him. So if he himself is changing into Accord, that's right away. He does this.
Oh
You know, this
my
is his
God.
power.
Do you even understand my argument here? I'm trying to like explain to you why you can't use a chord. That's what I'm trying to do because
Why could I
we
not use a
established,
chord?
yeah, because we established you're using Discord. A chord, however,
If it's
he
him,
identifies it doesn't. He identifies as an entire. It doesn't fit him. That's the thing. He doesn't identify
hmm?
as Discord because that first scan you sent, I'll reply to it. That first scan you sent, he says, "I am here in every pony. I am the undefined principle of order." And Discord is the embodiment of chaos. That would be two different personas, two different individuals. That means you're not using Discord anymore, you're using an entirely different
I am
individual.
though. So if
No,
I
you
take right,
aren't.
okay,
You,
wait,
you're
listen,
not.
listen, listen,
Okay,
listen,
why?
listen, listen.
Why are you using
All right,
Discord?
cool. One, it was literally him transforming into. I gave you a new scan, which proves that it was literally him. It was
My
time
God,
for a change.
I don't think
And
you
then
under.
he
I don't.
changes into A chord. He changed into A chord because he thought his friends would like that better. So he switched there on account, right? He just switched into A chord. That's something
Okay.
he could do.
I'll further explain the transformation analogy I gave, and then we can go to conclusions. So
Sure.
basically, with Goku, when he transforms from Super Saiyan 1 to Super Saiyan 2, there's nothing changing with the individual of him. Like the things that like the identities that defy him, they're not getting changed. He's just getting stronger because it's not like he's an entirely different character now. It's not like he's Vegeta or something. He's still Goku, just stronger. But with your character, he's the embodiment of chaos as Discord. Like when he's Discord, he's
Ever
the
heard of
embodiment of.
concept
Wait, let me finish.
manipulation?
Let me finish. When he's like Discord, he's the embodiment of chaos. But like what you just presented, when he's Acord, he's the embodiment of order. That's an entirely different persona. That's an entirely different properties that identifies your character from Discord. So you are using an entirely different character. Since
I'm
I've
not.
like presented, oh,
All right,
go to
cool.
conclusions
No,
then.
okay, no. I get my chance to explain why it's not. All
Okay.
right. So basically, right, when you're given this context, right? You ever heard of concept manipulation? I'm sure you know what that is. You're debating me
Don't
right now,
know what that
right?
is.
You don't know what concept manip is? Oh, sure, I'll give
No.
you concept. Here you go. This is concept manipulation. Basically, right? This user can so he's basically changing the concept that he embodies at will in this scan. I've shown you this, right? So just because he changes the concept that he embodies, that strengthens or weakens, whatever, just because he could change that doesn't mean that he's changing himself. As you see, that this is still him. He says it was time for a change. He changed himself, right? If I go to the gym, like I could be fat right now, right? I'm not, but I could be fat, and then I go to the gym for like however many time, right? Then I turn strong as shit. I'll show you what I look like, bitch.
Oh
All
my
right.
goodness.
Anyways,
Oh yeah?
yes, I will after
Yeah,
this.
send me that.
So basically, right? So at first, he was embodying this concept of chaos, right? And this was the thing that empowered him. This being in his presence, chaos empowered him. So now, after that, though, he changes to A chord, which he did because he felt like his friends would like that more, which they didn't end up doing. But he felt like this would help, this would make him like more likable to them. So he changed to A chord, concept manipulation, which you've already agreed that that's what he was doing, that he was
I didn't
changing the
agree to
concept.
that. That's a straw
You
man.
said,
No, I did
yes,
not.
it was. You literally
No,
said he
what
changed
the fuck?
what
No,
he
I did
embodied.
not.
That
I
was
didn't say that's
your
concept
exact
manipulation.
words.
I didn't agree to
No,
concept
no, you didn't say it
manipulation.
was concept manipulation, but that
You
was
just said I
what
did
you
though. Stop
reiterated.
straw
That's
manning
how you
me.
said it
What the
was.
fuck?
That's basically how you explained it. You
Okay,
said
I never
the
said it's
concept he
concept
embodies changed.
manipulation. I never said it's concept manipulation.
I
Now let
gave
me
you
give my
a
refutation to what you
refutation.
just said. We can go to
Sure,
conclusion.
you can give
Okay,
me a refutation.
so
That's fine.
why is this nigga calling me? Now the difference between wait, don't tell me you went to you're done. Okay, but the difference, like the why your refutation doesn't refute mine is because the him changing the concept isn't the only thing that's like different between these two personas or these two individuals, right?
What else
There's
is
other
different? Their name?
factors. No,
Their
there's
name?
other. No, as I just said, no. There's other factors,
What factor?
such as I live in the hearts of all ponies who desire order,
Yeah,
and
and he
order
always
shall
existed
have.
in the.
That's
This was his
shut
thing.
up.
He is a
Stop
concept.
cutting me off. Like dead ass, my nigga. Stop cutting me off.
I'm giving you an example.
Like
You're giving me a
I will,
contention. I
yeah,
can do this if
like,
you
if you
like.
try to speak, I will cut you off every time. Like, if you keep cutting me off, I'm
That's
gonna beat.
totally
I swear to
fine. I
God,
don't really
that shit
care.
is mad annoying. Like, stop doing that. As I was saying, he's clearly going by different properties as this individual. When he was Discord, these properties didn't apply to him because when he like the only thing we have when he was Discord, the only thing that we can use to like to categorize his own individual is the fact that he is the embodiment of chaos. But if we're seeing if it's shown here that um Acord is the persona or he's a embodiment of like order, and he also lives in the hearts of all ponies who desire order, then that's clearly a distinct a distinct difference between these two individuals. They're not the same being, right? He's changing his entire individual. He is like he's not
Mhm.
no he's no longer Discord. He's now a whole nother being, right? He's
It's
not you're
still
not
him
using
at the
Discord
in the
anymore.
essence of Discord. It's still him, and as I've shown that these
Okay,
characters are just all right. Cool,
conclude.
sure.
Okay,
I've given you.
I'll
Wait,
go
now let me
first.
explain this real quick.
You
Now
just said
I've given you more scans. Yeah, I said we can go to contention. Just let me conclusions. Just let me
okay.
give you this. So basically, I gave you scans, right? That shows that he's just embodying chaos at the conceptual level, because Cosmos here, right, is basically kind of like works the same like way he does. You can't destroy her because you can't destroy Malice. Is like she basically says that here. If you read it, like the second scan. So since you can't destroy him unless you destroy the concept of him, right, which is chaos. If he changes in an A chord, that doesn't really change him as an essence, like as a character, since you showed that it's actually him changing. I've given you that scan. It's right there. I think what's his name here.
Oh, you literally just like said your previous argument, but we can go to conclusions now.
Here, I'm just gonna show you the screen retarded. Hold on. There you go. So I've shown you him changing into Discord, right? From Discord to A chord, right? That was what that transformation was. So he transformed, right? He transformed into A chord. It's just concept manipulation, right? He's conceptually changing. I've shown you this.
Okay.
Just because he changes what he is
You
doesn't
just
change
repeat
anything.
your argument now.
Yeah, because you're not getting it through your head.
Just did you just say just because he changes what he is, that doesn't mean he's not changing himself?
It's not changing his being overall. He's still Discord, as you could obviously tell. I mean, I don't see what you're contending here.
He's changing himself. Is he not like? Would he
It's a
not be himself anymore?
characteristic of. It's a characteristic. You're just saying because you change like your
Okay,
personality
I
or a
disagree. Go to
concept that
conclusion.
you agree.
Okay,
Sure,
okay,
sure, sure.
I just okay.
Yeah.
So in conclusion, I won this point because the main thing I'm trying to get out of this point is that Acord is not a part of it's not Discord because I've given distinct like what's it called distinct principles that would apply to Discord, right? He's the embodiment of chaos, and then that's like what distinguishes him as Discord. That's what makes him Discord. And then if Acord is this being that's the undefined principle of order who lives in the heart of all ponies who desire order, that's a clear distinct like principle in what Acord is. Like it is two different beings as a whole. He presented conceptual he said it will be a form of conceptual manip when it wouldn't be because this like hold on. Is my dad calling me? Okay, he's not. Okay. Anyways, as I was saying, if he presented like it will be conceptual manip, but it wouldn't because what's like making the character that character is the fact that he's the embodiment of chaos and it's not this conceptual manip that he's talking about. And I feel like he just kept circling back to his first argument, like same as before, same like with the previous point. I feel like I just won this point overall as a whole.
You done? All right, cool.
Huh?
You're done, right?
Yeah.
You're all right. So cool. So basically, what we're going at here, he didn't contend the logic manipulation at all. So I got that
Logic
obviously.
manip. When did you say logic manip? What? You said conceptual
Or
manip.
logic defying Excuse me. I showed you that he was passively defying logic. You didn't contend that, right?
Wait, hold on. Do you know
You
what we're
forced
concluding
contention.
on?
You forced contention. I'm gonna go over everything
Wait,
that
wait,
we're
wait, wait.
going
No,
past.
no, 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 no. We're concluding on whether
We're
this character.
concluding a point.
No,
You said
yeah,
we can go to
I'm concluding.
contention.
I'm concluding on whether Discord is Acord. I'm not
Conclusion.
concluding. I'm not concluding on that logic thing yet.
Why didn't you
I haven't
why didn't
concluded
you
it.
further that? Why didn't you say that?
Because it's pretty obvious. We haven't even got into that logic thing. I brought up a whole new
We did.
contention that
We
has no
just passed
relevancy
on from
with
it. That
the
doesn't
logic
mean that
thing.
doesn't mean we just
What?
go back
That
and
is
like contend it
very
now. We
stupid.
passed it.
Wait, be quiet. I never like we never
You
went over
literally
that.
passed
Wait. Look. We never went over that logic point. Only
Yeah, we
point we
did.
went over and only point I contended was whether Discord is Acord.
Yeah,
That's
just because
what
you
I'm
don't contend
contending right
something
now.
doesn't mean that you like, oh, we can just go back to it later. We
That's
we
not what the
went
point.
over
That's
it.
not what
I
my point
gave you
is
how it
on.
worked.
I'm the
Listen,
one who offered.
yelling.
Wait. If I'm the one who offered
Can
what
someone mod so I can
wait,
explain
look,
this?
look.
Unless you're like gonna
Wait,
just
wait.
stop
Actually,
yelling.
no. I'm gonna tell you why you're wrong. I offer a conclusion. I'm the one who said we should go to conclusions. So if I'm the one who's saying we should, then I'm the one who's choosing what we conclude on. Like
What?
what?
You
What do
said
you mean? What?
conclusions. You know what conclusions are?
I said,
We're just
yeah, I do know what
concluding.
conclusions are. Yeah,
We're
concluding on
concluding
the
the
point.
point
Well, yeah, and I
that we're
gave my
past.
conclusion first. Are you dumb? I'm giving my conclusion first. So what my
You did.
conclusion is what we're concluding on, which is this with whether
Logic,
Discord is
everything. We're
Acord.
on this
That's the only
point.
thing. No. Oh my God, are you not listening to me? Okay, we can go to the
Listening to
judges.
you.
We can go to the judges. We can go to the
Well,
judges.
let me explain how. Let me go over everything, and then we can go to the judges.
Okay.
But
Are we okay? Yeah, go ahead. Whatever.
all right.
Hold
So
on.
there was
To
no.
go over everything, we have to decide what we're going over. Correct? So,
Yes.
okay.
Sorry, you don't debate on your clan's
Shut up,
race here.
Angel. Shut up. I don't have time. Like I don't have much time. We gotta hurry up.
Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna let Oppo dictate this because I was using the bathroom for like 5 minutes. So,
Oh, you're fine. Hope, are you there?
Oppo,
Oh,
Oppo
fucking
was
hell.
mad tired when he got in here. He might have went to sleep. Look, from what I heard, it did sound like you are just concluding on the Discord Acor. But look, I would rather have to like look at a recording because like I
You can
literally
look.
came back.
Yeah. Okay.
And on
So
your-
if you go on a point, right? We went on the point. I brought up the logic defiance thing. I said what it was,
Wait,
right?
is someone recording?
Yeah. Tamaki, I think. Right?
Tommy,
Tamaki,
are
you're
you
recording, right?
Because if you're recording, y'all can just wrap up the debate and then I'll look over and judge for y'all. We
All right,
already
cool,
have
cool.
1 point judge,
Oh,
so I
now,
can just
so
do
okay,
first
cool.
point.
So we already. Now I already went over this point, right? If
Hold
he
on,
never
let me get confirmation of recording first, then we can.
Well, no. If I just give a
Tamaki.
situation, right? I was gonna give you the situation, and then you could like conclude on whether like you think this fits like what it is. So I was
I
gonna
don't
just
want to
tell
go
you,
off
right?
hearsay. I just want to like that's what I'm talking about a recording. I don't want to go off hearsay. I just want to
Well, I
look at it
wanted the
myself.
full recording to be there, but all right.
Well, yeah, we're not gonna stop the recording. I said I can just wait till the debate's
I
done.
was
And then,
AFK. I'm back though.
All right. So
All
all
right.
right. I'm just gonna continue like giving like.
I'm
All right.
making
If you're
time.
doing, yeah. If
Did we
anyone else was
establish
here,
what
you could like.
we establish what we're
Oh yeah,
concluding
I
on?
mean, I guess if like multiple people can vouch, I'll go off of that. But I don't want to go off like your word.
Sinful,
Oh,
Ava,
Tamaki,
Tamaki,
he's
and I
recording.
don't
He's
think
recording.
Angel wasn't here the whole time. But Tamaki,
Tamaki's
you
recording.
were listening. I feel like everyone was listening. I don't think you didn't substantiate what we were going to conclusion on. You just said, "Let's go to conclusion. Let's go to conclusion." You didn't really say that,
Yeah,
right?
but was it
You never,
Uh,
and he never. Wait, listen.
wait.
He
But
never
if
contended
I'm
my point of logic
oh
manip.
my God, wait.
He
Quiet
went
real
out of
quick.
his way.
Stop
Wait,
talking.
let me tell you. Well, you're not letting me talk.
He's not gonna do he said she said. Just get the recording. Like it's pointless.
I'll just look at it. Yeah. Thank you,
Yeah,
Angel.
I
I'll
was
just look
literally
at
just
the
gonna
recording.
say like, I was gonna tell
What
you
you were
why
gonna
I
say
think we
is your
went past this.
anecdotal perspective that no one can vouch for you on. So get the fucking recording and shut the fuck up.
Who the
Angel,
fuck
I
are
thought
you,
you
bro?
sent me videos of you twerking.
Sit down.
Bruh.
Like,
You're weird, Forco. Anyways, goddamn. Like you don't debate out your little clan.
Dog. This
Angel,
isn't your
shut the
debate,
fuck
and
up.
you're
It's
not a
not your
judge.
debate, bro.
Hey,
And you're
Sit the
not a
hold
fuck
judge.
down,
on,
Angel.
chill.
Yeah.
No
Shut up.
spreading shit. No spreading
That's
shit.
why I already
Chill.
slammed you,
Everyone chill.
bitch.
All right, we're good. All right,
All right, thank
y'all
you.
ready to continue? I'll look over the recording.
Are you
and
looking
give
over right? Are you gonna do it right now?
No. He's gonna record the whole thing, then I'll just look over and give like my debate judgment, if
All
that's
right,
cool.
cool.
And I'll swear I'll look at it like right after you uploads it.
All right,
And then
that's
he
fine.
uploads
Yeah,
it
I was gonna
back
say.
tomorrow.
So basically, you never actually told us what we were going to conclusion on, and you never contended the point in the first place, right? You gave no contentions to
Because I
logic.
didn't need to. There was
All
I
right, so
was
you agree with me.
substantiating
Thank
something
you.
before. I didn't agree with you. What the fuck?
Yeah, you
Strawman
do. You
again.
agree,
Like
bitch.
stop.
You just
Yo,
agreed.
you're so shit. You all you do is strawman. Like shut the fuck
I'm
up.
not strawman, and you literally
Anyways,
just agreed with me that you
no,
didn't
I did
contend
not. You're a
it.
retard.
You literally just said you
Listen,
didn't
be
contend it
quiet. Yeah, I
because you
didn't
didn't
contend.
need
Shut
to.
up. I didn't
No, I
contend
don't
it
have to
because
shut up.
shut up. I didn't
No.
contend it because I brought up another point, retard. Like what?
Yes. Okay. Cool. So we agree that we passed the point.
No, we did not. Oh my god, bro.
All right. Now
Just
let's
because
continue
look,
this. So passive logic, passive logic shit is
stop
in the
talking,
bag.
stop
I'll
talking.
explain. Let
You're
me
a
go
retard.
further in my conclusion. You're not supposed to be talking right now. If I'm actually honest, you shouldn't be talking right now.
It's so dumb, bro.
Anyways, so now we went to A Court Discord point, right? He was like, I am here in every point. I am the unifying principle of order. I was just showing him how Discord can switch to A Court if you would like. I also gave scans proving that he was switching to A Court. It was his physical body that was making a switch. He even says it was time for a change. Context was given, right? I also showed him being able to switch back. I could show you that. Then I also showed him how
You
this would.
didn't.
He did. Do you want me to show you it? I could show you it right
No,
now. Or I
'cause
I
you're
made the assertion and you
inconclusive.
didn't. Well, you didn't
You didn't
deny
make
it.
the
So
assertion. You
yes,
didn't
I did.
elaborate on
What?
it.
Oh,
So
he's gonna look over the
that's
recording.
no.
How much want to bet I
Fuck.
did? I said he can switch back and forth as he likes. I made that clear.
If y'all
So
are
anyway,
disagreeing on what y'all said, just move forward. Don't even
yeah,
like
that's what
argue
I'm
about
saying.
it.
I'm not gonna argue with you about it. So then you told me that there were like this would change him. Like it would be a whole different like thing. You know, as a whole, it would be different, right? But then I told you how this would just be like him manipulating the concept that he embodies. I already made it substantial that he embodies chaos, right? And Acor would be the exact opposite, right? He would be order, chaos and order. They're opposites. He was able to conceptually, manipulate what he embodies. That isn't him changing himself just because he could do that. I showed you him switching, and you even brought up the analogy of Goku, upgrading or doing just because the transformations don't work the same doesn't mean it has it doesn't have the same principle. This was your own example, right? So when I'm telling you, just because he went up change in embodiment wouldn't necessarily equivalent to him changing as Discord himself. It's obviously still the same character. He's just manipulating the concept he embodies, and he makes that very clear.
Oh, hey, okay. I can actually give judgment on this point. I can give judgment on this point. I'm sorry, I didn't know what y'all going over. Yeah, Ikari won this point. He literally kind of just substantiated it as a form, just being manipulated of concepts. It's just another form to Discord or whatever that dude's name is. He just manipulates his concept to a different form, so that's fine. It's just another form to Discord.
Wait, hold on, Farco. If I've shown if he hasn't actually contended the fact that Discord is a distinct distinct principle that makes Discord is the fact that he's the embodiment of chaos, and the distinct principle that makes Accord is the fact that he's the embodiment of order.
I get your argument, but let me give you an example on why that's wrong. So he already provided that that's just Discord manipulating his own concept. That'd be okay, well, Broly goes super rage mode when he has green hair, but when he has regular hair, he's just fine. Those are two discerning, or I don't know the word for it, but distinguishing principles from each other. Yet they're the same people. It's just something changing when he changes his form. It's still Discord.
All right. So
I'm done. Okay.
So I think I've shown how, my character would basically passively feed off of whatever your character, does. You showed me, well, you didn't agree, you gave no substantiation on whether your character was predictable nor non-predictable, right? But I gave you examples how if your character was predictable or, falling in within a chord, that he would basically power a chord up, which he could switch to. And if he switches to Discord, or if he was Discord at the start, is you like to make the point.
I just realized being able to predict something would be a form of deductive reasoning. And since we already established
reasoning,
but since we already established that my character abides by
predictability, you don't think your character can be predictable?
Shut the fuck up. since we already established that my character abides by something outside of deductive reasoning and classical logic, then why would he be
It would just be
considered more
illogical feeding him. You
unpredictable?
already agreed that he falls outside of logic. He doesn't abide
No,
by
I
this
never
classical
agreed
logic.
that.
So
I
you feed
never
him.
agreed
You
to that.
literally
What are you
just said it.
talking
You
about? Are you
just said
dumb?
it.
I said I
Are
never
you
said your,
kidding me,
shut
bro?
up, shut up. I never
You're
said your
just
character
at this
does.
point. I think
I
you're
just said
trolling.
mine.
Hold on.
Classical
I
logic,
said
not
my
logic.
character, not
Angel,
yours.
it's not your
retard.
fucking. Bro, shut up. Not you, Forco. You're not Forco. Freaking Freakzy, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Freakzy. Angel, shut the fuck up. Anyways, continue.
I never said I never said your character abides by something outside classical logic. I said mine does. Like what?
Yes, cool. And we already passed the point that my character can defy logic or completely just get rid of
Okay,
it.
yeah, he defies. Okay, now which logic does he defy? Like what?
All
Why is
forms.
he?
He's just
How?
illogical to the point. I
Prove it.
told you. I already did.
Illogical.
I've
Wait,
already shown you how he's just
illogical things
passively
a form
defying
of
logic.
If he wait, how is illogical things a form of logic?
Hmm?
How is illogical things a form of logic?
How is illogical things a form of logic? I made literally one grammatical error that you're trying to you're
What
just
are you
like
talking about? Nobody's
beating on
making a
it.
grammatical error. What are you saying?
I said I did.
Okay,
I didn't mean to say illogic. I'm
that
saying
was
he
useless.
wouldn't.
What you just said was useless.
He
Anyways,
could
going back
pass.
to what I was saying. Shut
I-
up. How is an
No,
illogical
why are
thing?
you talking over me, bro? I'm
How
no,
is
no.
an illogical
I'm
thing
going.
a
I'm
form
going
of
to put this
logic?
the way it is,
Do you
right?
understand
My
the
character,
prefix?
my character doesn't need fucking
Listen.
logic, right? He can defy it
Okay,
as much as
that's
he
fine.
wants to, and he was able to passively
Okay.
get rid of it,
Oh,
right?
okay,
I
okay.
showed you
I'm about
that.
to check you now. Now listen. You are aware, like something that's illogical, like it has no relation to logic because if you look at the prefix of ill,
Yes,
it
but
means
he could
not.
choose
Shut the
to.
fuck up.
But he
Shut
could
the
choose
fuck
to.
up.
No, I
Shut
don't need
the
to.
fuck
You
up.
stop loud miking. It's
I'm
not going to
You're
so
help your
talking
case.
over
shut up.
him.
Angel,
Stop
shut
talking
the
over me.
fuck
Are
up.
yo,
You
Angel,
shut.
stop unmuting Angel. Now listen, the prefix of ill means not, and then it says logical after. So that means it's not logical. Now, if my character
Mhm.
is illogical, that means he's not logical as well. But your character only defies logic. You even said yourself that all your character has is logic defiance. So how is he gonna
No,
defy my
he's
character
manipulating it
who's
to the point of
illogical and he's
defiance.
not he has nothing to do with logic. He has no relation to
Yes,
logic
okay,
since
cool.
he's not
Yes, neither does he
logical.
because he's defying it. He's saying it doesn't need to be in existence for him.
This guy's a
It doesn't
retard.
abide. He doesn't need to abide by it if he's negating it or saying it doesn't exist for him.
Wait, hold on. Let me make sure I even understand your argument. What the fuck are you trying to get out of this? Because what you're saying
Basically,
right
my
now is not
character
making sense.
doesn't need logic. He doesn't abide by it because he doesn't need it. He's
So
getting rid of it.
are you trying to say your character is illogical as well?
He can be if he chooses to. Yes.
Okay, I don't think your character is illogical because
We've
because
already been
I
over
asked
this.
you earlier. I
We've
asked
already
you
been over
earlier.
this.
I asked you
He's
earlier. Who are you?
embodying
Shut up. Shut up.
illegitimacy.
Shut up. I
What?
asked you
No.
earlier. Who are you using? You said you're using
Discord.
Discord, and Discord is a form of the law of identity, is it not? Okay, it is.
Okay,
So you
form
are
of law
using
of identity. Oh, we've
magical
already been
logic.
over this point, and you think you
No, we
won
have
this
not.
point, right?
I've
Yes, we
never
have
said that.
with your character. All right, so I appoint him as Discord, but this is just my interpretation of him, right?
Why
He
would
doesn't
that be
really
your own
abide by it.
interpretation? The author clarifies him.
Yeah, and your author clarifies your character as Lucifer. What's your point?
No, I woke up like earlier. Wait, hold on. I'm back. As I was saying, why the author literally calls him Discord. He doesn't interpret him as Discord. He calls him Discord. So
Yeah, and he
it's
also
not
can go by a chord. He doesn't need this individuality
okay.
kind of
So
bullshit. He doesn't really need to go by a
no.
name. He's
Oh,
choosing
you're
his
wrong.
name.
You're wrong. Oh
Yes.
my god, that's so wrong. Discord.
How so?
Wait. Listen. A chord would be a nickname. That's stupid. It's like, look. I'll give you
What?
an example right now. I'll give you
So
an
why do they
example.
all call
Shut up.
him a
Shut up.
chord when
Shut
they
up.
see
Shut up.
him right
Shut up.
away?
Shut up. Shut up. So what you
You're
did,
just
stop cutting
stretching
me
right
off.
now.
Now,
You're really
I'm gonna tell you why you're
going for
retarded.
whatever you
I'm
can.
Shut
Sure.
up. Shut up.
Ikari's talking
I don't
over him.
need
Angel,
to.
be quiet, Angel. Now
Oh,
listen,
I already
your
personally muted him.
refutation, shut up. Your refutation to what I said when I brought up the nickname thing, you said you said he goes by Acord. Now look, if my Discord name is look, my actual Discord name is Facts Boyfriend Freakzy. That's my actual name. But my nickname in this server is Forco's son. That doesn't mean I defy the laws of logic. That doesn't mean the law of
Yes,
identity
sir.
doesn't apply to me. My actual identity is in this, like, for Discord, is actually Facts Boyfriend parentheses Freakzy. But just because I have a nickname that's named Forco's son does not mean I transcend the law of identity. Which like that's what the refutation you just
No,
gave.
you just gave
Like,
yourself a
that makes
different
no
identity, right?
sense.
You gave yourself a different identity. That was what you would call that, right?
I didn't
You're
give
now
myself a different identity. I gave
you
myself a
did.
nickname.
You gave yourself the nickname is a kind of identification. What?
No, you're wrong.
Are you saying a
My
nickname isn't a form of
distinct individual
identification?
is Facts boyfriend parentheses Freakzy retard. Like what?
Dude, are you trying to say a nickname isn't a form of identification?
No, I'm trying to say I'm trying to say a nickname isn't the primal form, the distinct individual or the thing that or the law of identity goes by.
A name doesn't
Just
really
because-
a name doesn't
no,
really
listen,
bound
listen,
you.
listen, a nickname.
Identity. Do you know what identity
A nickname
is?
still circles back to your original name because just because you have a nickname doesn't mean you're no longer like your original name. Just because I'm named Forco's son, right? Like in this server, does not mean I'm not Facts' boyfriend. It's just a nickname that you also go by. Doesn't mean that you
Identification, a
transcend
form
the
of
law
it.
of identity. Doesn't mean you're no longer Facts' boyfriend. That's very
You could
stupid.
fucking legally change your name to whatever the fuck you want, right? Name isn't actually like what is your identity. The fact of being.
Okay, then how do you think
or
the law of
who-
identity works then? If that's the case, how do you think the law of identity works? Because with that
what?
assertion,
The fact
with
of
that
being.
assertion
Listen,
right there,
listen.
with that
All right, so
assertion, you're basically saying
dude,
that
stop
anybody
fucking
who
talking
changes
over
their
me. You're
name
being
no
weird.
longer
Can
goes
I
by the law of
explain this?
identity,
You're
which
not
is
letting me
extremely
explain.
retarded.
I'm trying to scale, but you're not letting me fucking talk.
Just because I changed my name doesn't mean I go by a different law of logic. What?
I'm not saying that. I said it was a form
That
of
is exactly what you're trying to
identification.
say right now. That's actually what you're trying to say.
All I'm saying is name is a form of identification, but it isn't something that bounds you. What is wrong with you?
Wait,
Anyways,
hold on.
identity.
The fact Repeat
of
what you just
being,
said.
let
Repeat the bullshit you just said.
me
No,
fucking
repeat what
define
you just
identity.
said.
I
That
could
was
do whatever
very
the fuck I
dumb.
want. Let me go past this. Thank you. The fact
Okay.
of being.
Go past it. Okay, so you agree. Okay. Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
stretching.
So
No,
your
you're
character's no
reaching.
longer
You're reaching. That was
Your
a, that
character's
was
logical. You're just
what?
saying
No,
you're gonna
he's
go past
not. Let me
it. You
go
just said you're gonna
past.
go past it. Like what?
I'm trying. Yo, Forco, can you intervene? I was literally trying to give a definition of identity, and you
You've
wouldn't let
already
me.
said you're gonna move past it.
Exactly.
Okay,
Like what?
so hold on, chill, Angel, chill, Freakzy. All right, let me speak. I cannot intervene. I cannot moderate. I am nothing but a judge. So this might be ape, but I cannot do anything about it. That
All right.
sucks.
That's
But
fine. That's
you know,
fine.
Yeah, that's a
tough.
W. Now look, if
All
you
right,
just
cool.
said you're gonna move
So
past it, that's not
no,
in
I
here
meant move
agreeing.
past
What?
it. No. I already gave like how this would just be me like using the wrong word to like phrase something. I was literally
Okay,
just trying to
that's
say
backtracking. I don't care about what your
cool. No, it's
implication is.
not
I don't care about what
backtracking.
you later say
You
your
know you lost.
implication is. I'm gonna go off what you
Anyways,
actually said,
the
which is
fact
empirical evidence.
of
You said
being
you're gonna
the
move
fact,
on, so I'm gonna take that accountable. I'm gonna hold that shit, and you're
no,
gonna move on. You can't
you're
later. You
holding
can't
on
later
to
then
something
say
which is
I meant
obviously a
to say
grammatical
I'm not
error.
moving on. No, that's
No.
backtracking. And that's
If I'm
fallacious.
the one,
What?
listen. If I'm the one telling you what it is, right? We didn't pass the point. I don't
Oh
think
no, I
I'm
don't
not the
care
one
what
telling
you're
you.
telling me. You're trying to change your
I don't.
argument now.
I'm not saying I passed this point.
backtrack. You're backtracking. No,
I'm
that's
the one who
fallacious.
holds power here, and whether I want to move on
Are
from
you,
a point or not, that
are
was
you
my power.
retarded?
That's my
so
power.
stupid. That's
That's
like
my
saying
power.
just because that's so fucking dumb. You're retarded. I'm gonna tell you why. That's like saying because I moved on from a point previously, and then I later say, "Oh no, I don't want to move on no more." That means you can go back. No, that's backtracking, dumbass.
What?
I
No,
went over
because I
the
didn't
same
want to
thing
move
you
on
got
from the
wrong.
point. That's not
Backtracking.
where I
You
wanted to
just
do.
said you're gonna move
That's
on, and
not.
now later after you
Yeah.
said you're gonna
All
move
right. Can
on,
you prove? All
you're
right.
trying
Prove
to
that was
say,
the context I
"Oh
was
no,
using.
I
Moving
didn't
on.
mean that.
Prove
I
that was
didn't
the
mean that."
context.
No,
Prove that
you
was the
already said you're
context.
gonna move on.
Freakzy,
No,
prove that was the context. Prove that was the context.
Yo,
in which I was
that's what
Chuck,
using
you
you
moving
made
said.
on.
them
That's what you
conclude.
said.
Moving
That's
on.
what you said.
Show that I
That's
was
what
meaning
you
in the
said.
debate.
That's what you said.
And
That's
I
my
could have
proof.
just meant I was trying to
Oh, that's
elaborate.
okay. Argument for possibility. Argument for possibility. Retard. Are you
What
stupid?
argument from possibility? You even know what
Can I?
argument from possibility is? Or are you retarded?
Oh
Judge,
my God. I'm about
post
to
this. It's
violate you now.
done,
You know.
bro.
Now listen. That's an argument for possibility. Now,
Was
please.
your
It's
mom just
done.
in there
You
about to
just said
fucking shut you down, bro?
what
I
you're
heard
trying
your
to
mom
say.
come
What
in
the
and make you
outcome
go
of
to
what you're
sleep.
trying to say is you did not move on due to the fact that it is probable that you not move on. You did not move on. So that
Probability.
is an argument for
It's indefinite
possibility or
because
argument
I'm the
for
one
possibility.
asserting.
Retard.
It's indefinite. I make the choice. It was my assertion.
Oh my God! Listen, I
It's
don't
not
care
probability
about
if
what
I'm the
your
one who
implication is.
makes
Listen,
the elaborate choice. You're
look,
weird.
Wait.
Do you
Ikari,
really? Are you really
Ikari,
that scared? Are you really that
Ikari.
scared? You're getting slammed on
Nobody's
this point.
scared of
Is
you.
like,
You're
is that
ass.
something?
What? Now listen.
Apparently you are.
Freaksy, go to
Apparently you are.
conclusions. Freaksy, go to conclusions.
Yeah,
That's why you
we
just
can
lost the point.
we can conclude.
No,
We
we're
can-
not concluding. I was
I
trying to
think
give you
I
a.
substantiated why you did backtrack and why you lost.
and I gave you an exact reason why
give
that
a
wasn't the case.
Go to
All right,
conclusions
we'll go to conclusions on this exact point.
on the logical
Whether or
on
not,
whether
no,
on whether
no,
you
no, no,
agree
no, no, no,
on
no.
whether you're moving
Yeah,
on,
on
whether you're
moving on.
logical.
Yes, on moving on. No, no, no. Yes, we'll go on the point is whether that context fell within me moving on, even though I already gave
Okay, yeah.
a
and
lot of reasoning
whether
why that
you're
wouldn't be the
logical.
case.
If I win this point, your character is illogical. You moved on from whether your character is
Yeah, if
logical.
we moved on, if he thinks that me making one grammatical
Okay,
deficiency
I don't
would
care.
equal that,
Now,
sure.
okay. In conclusion, I won this point very badly because he said verbatim, and we all heard. We can all testify to the fact that he said, "Okay, moving on." He said that. Now, if he says that, that means he's moving on from the point and going on to something else. That's an inherent agreement with what I'm saying. He then later said he that's not what I meant. Okay, if you say that, that means that you're going off the implication that you did not say this. I don't care what your implication is because you can just you can lie about what your implication is. You could just be like, oh, I meant something else, but that's not what you actually meant. I'm gonna go off what you actually said, which we can actually hold you accountable for, which is empirical evidence, right? Because we all heard you say where I'm gonna move on. So that is you moving on and inherently agreeing to my premise or my claim, which is your character is logical, right? So in
Are we
conclusion,
done?
I
Are you
won
done
this
with
point
conclusions?
quite easily.
All
State your
right. So
conclusion.
now, all right, cool. So basically, when I say the word moving on or move on, if you look at the definition of move on or like how Google defines it, it says start something new or making progress. In the case I was using, I was obviously meaning make progress because I was going to tell him the definition of identity. He didn't want to do that, so he obviously just jumped at my throat and automatically tried to make it like, oh, I was moving on from the point, which that is not where my
Wait,
intentions
hold
lie.
on. What did you just
I
say? Wait.
substantiated that.
What did you just say?
Freaksy,
I don't
don't
think
worry.
you got-
Freaksy, don't worry.
Wait,
Forco
wait.
knows. Freaksy, don't worry.
What?
Forco knows. Forco knows. Now let him say his conclusions.
Hey, stop talking.
Forco knows he didn't bring this shit up. You don't have to call it out. And then he's gonna
Fine.
bitch by cutting him off.
Okay, Ikari, go
I
ahead.
have him muted. I have him muted.
Cool, go ahead.
Oh, you need me to restate my conclusion? Oh, were you listening to that, Forco? Did you hear my conclusion?
Was that all your conclusion?
Well, the only point that we're going by, right? He wants to go to a conclusion on whether or not me saying moving on automatically is deducted to us moving on to a whole new point when I obviously gave, reasonable evidence of why I wasn't trying to move on from that as defined by Oxford. Move on equals start
Nigga,
doing something
you
new
never brought this
or
up.
making
Hold on,
progress. Yes,
Freaksy.
I did.
No, you did not.
I literally said there's different context of moving on, and that's not what I meant. So if that's
You
not
never
what I
brought
meant,
up
I'm
Oxford
obviously
or
putting up
anything.
the ladder. I didn't bring up Oxford because I'm
Ikari,
using it for my.
everyone shut up. Let me give the judgment. So, Ikari, may have said there was different context in the debate, but you didn't bring up what those contexts were, so that just kind of left unsubstantiated. The only time you
No.
did was in the
Alright,
conclusion
so
when you
now-
brought up the Oxford definition.
No.
Go
I
ahead.
was trying to. Yeah. See, I said there was no. You can go back in the recording, right? I literally said that's not what I meant, right? If it's not
Yeah, I
what I
know.
meant, I don't have to every time I'm talking, right? This is a normal thing to do. Like you don't always have to go in the definition of making progress, right? I am saying we have to move. I'm going to move on. No, I was just saying I'm using my dialects, right? I'm saying
I don't think you understand what I
I'm
meant.
saying, yeah. I know what you're saying. He's drawing he's automatically going to try to jump up my throat because I tried to say, all right, I'm gonna move on now, and I was obviously trying to just define identity. I said I was gonna define identity beforehand, and then he was like, and then all right, moving on, which was making progress. That's what I meant. That would be the logical assumption to make. I said it. I'm going to define identity.
Never
All right,
said
moving
this.
on. Yes, I did.
No.
We'll go back to the recording. Fork, we can go back to the recording.
No,
I
you
promise you
never
that's what I
said
said.
this. I'll be going on. Do you know what we're concluding on? We're concluding on
Hold on.
whether you're moving on, and you never said this
Yes,
during. You never said this during
Chill
our
out,
little
Freaksy.
discussion
yes,
on
I
the
did.
movie.
We'll go to the
Freaksy,
recording.
chill out.
Chill out.
Freaksy, chill out, stupid.
We can go to recording on that. I promise. That's
Okay,
I said we're
okay.
gonna define
Are
identity.
you done, Ikari?
All right, I'm gonna just give more reasoning to how with his own logic, it pretty much defeats what he was also
Wait,
trying to push.
Akari, wait,
He
stop.
tried to
I'm not
say,
Wait,
trying to
hold
say
on,
that.
hold
I'm like
on.
making
I'm trying
assumptions,
to
I
ask a
believe.
question that has
Chill.
nothing to do with this debate.
Just,
Can someone ask
I
Power
have him
Bot in
muted,
here?
so I'm
Like,
sorry if like he's talking. I didn't know that.
it
But
doesn't have
Angel,
anything to do with
Angel,
this
yo,
debate.
we got a recorder. We got a recorder. We
Yeah,
have to
but
come out.
Power's like way easier. I'm just suggesting it because Power, you can just go to it at that time.
all right, so basically, right, I was just trying to move on. Like I also gave contention to this whole point. It doesn't mean you win it automatically, even if you do give this them. But I don't think that would be like
You
a
just
good
said
logical assumption to make. No, listen, it wouldn't be a good. I still was contending, right? And the fact that I was contending is what further proves my like point that I was just moving on to like progress what I was trying to say. And I told you I was gonna define identity, and you wouldn't let me because you kept talking over me. So that's why I said moving on.
Oh, that's your problem.
Freakzy, shut up.
How
Okay.
does
Let
that?
me
How
give my
does word choice? How does word choice equivalent to being my fault just
Okay.
because I'm using
I
a
don't
word the
care.
right way?
Hold up.
Okay,
Technically.
okay.
What's the
Hold on,
judgment?
hold on. Akari, chill. Okay, so Akari, finish your.
Mhm.
Don't listen to what Freakzy says. Don't listen to what no one else says. Please, just continue. Get it clear so I can give my judgment.
All right, cool. So I used a word, right? Whether or not it has multiple meanings really doesn't matter, right? Because I showed you, I just gave a definition. It's in scans. It says start doing something new or making progress, right? I used a word in the I was trying to make progress. Made that very clear due to the fact that I was trying to define identity. Yes, I did say I was gonna, bro. I don't need to go and say. I've already told you this. I don't need to go back and say every time I want to say a word. I don't have to like specify exactly if it has multiple meanings. I could be using one of the different ones. I was using in the sense of making progress, and that would be like logical due to the fact that I was trying to prove what identity meant. I was going to further like substantiate what that meant. You cut me off multiple times, and I said moving on in the sense of making progress because I wanted to make progress because we were stopping. Right? You were halting dialectic by talking over me.
Okay, so I'm gonna give my judgment. I understand what you're saying, and you can like say like, this is probable, this is this, but I'm gonna just give my judgment flat out. Don't interrupt me till I'm done. Then I'll let you obviously, go ahead with your disagreements. Okay, well let's tackle like number one. There can be context to different words, right? But if someone calls you out saying, well, this word means this, and you go, no, I meant something else, you also have to kind of bring up why you would mean something else and substantiate why this could mean something else. For example, if I said, I concede, Freaksy, and then I was like, no, I meant you concede. Obviously, that's stupid, right? But if I brought up a definition that said you
Yeah.
concede, it'd be different.
Mhm.
You still have to substantiate on your own context. You have
Oh
to
no
bring
no no.
up what
All
you
right,
could have
cool.
meant.
I see what you're saying, right? So now this is where I think you're actually agreeing with me here.
Him on his
So
verdict.
elaborate, like substantiate my context is what you said I would have to do in this
Wait,
situation.
Forco,
Yeah,
who do you
have
think
to
won?
bring up the definition.
Wait.
I said
Yeah.
from what I've gathered so far, I think you win this point, Freaksy, but he's still contesting. So let me
Yeah. Let me
finish the judgment.
let me make a contest here. So basically, right? We're going to say with logical reasoning, right? When I say a word that has a double meaning, it could have a double meaning, right? And it's like it's not even like it has a double meaning. It basically just says start something new or making progress, right? Now we're in a dialect, like we're crossing dialectics right now, right? We're debating. I'm going to try to make progress, and I substantiated earlier before that, right? We're gonna draw a logical deduction here. I said I'm going to. Do you know what the meaning of identity is, right? And I said I'll give you the definition. I said, all right, moving on. While he was trying to talk over me and stopping, he was halting dialectics by talking over me. He was freezing the debate, right? So moving on,
Yeah, I
make
get what you're
progress.
saying. Akari,
Yeah,
you're
so
saying this
I was
twice.
trying to say, I was trying to say that I was making progress. So since I was trying to make progress, this would be the logical deduction. How is it safe to assume that I meant it in the other sense?
Okay. Well, number one, I don't care what's probable. Let's get that out the way. Just because something is probable doesn't mean something is true. So stop with
Yes.
the logical deduction shit. I'm gonna go off what I hear, right, and what is clarified. So number one, you can say something means something completely different than what you actually said. But what Freaksy's argument was, we should take it at face value unless you provide proof that it could mean something other than what I am presenting.
Yeah,
Even
and I
though you
gave
say,
proof.
You didn't give proof. You didn't bring up the definition shit until after when we were in the
Yeah,
conclusion.
the
Hold on.
definition proves my point. You're fine.
Conclusions obviously is something that brings well, it's reasoning that leads to a judgment, right? Conclusions is not reasoning added to a judgment. So
That's
you can't
fine.
add like more things in your conclusion.
Yes, that's totally fine, right? But he automatically made the assumption that's what I meant, right? I contended it right away, and I gave reasoning during me and his debate, not even with you, right? I gave reasoning on why that would be the context I was using it in. His contentions to that were not good at all. He didn't make any contention actually. He basically just said, no. That's what it means. That's what it means. But when I obviously showed that it can mean multiple things, I don't have to give there's words like infinity
Don't.
or
You're
there's
about to
words
bring
out there
something up,
that
Oscar,
mean
bro.
multiple things. I'm using it in that sense, right? I don't have to go and say which version of it I'm talking about right away. I know what your point was basically if I was oh, I concede, and then you were like, oh, I meant you concede. No, that's not equivalent to me being
Okay,
oh,
well, let me give you a more equivalent analogy, okay?
Yeah,
So,
sure.
let's just say I don't know, the colloquial term for kill, or I'm killing this, and gaming is I'm doing good, right? But then I also say I'm killing this, and the dude's on the phone with me, right? He's like, what are you killing? Are you murdering something? I would have to clarify, no, I mean this definition of
Yeah,
killing.
and I did
You
do
still
that.
have to clarify what no, you just said you meant something else.
Listen, I hold
Again, I'm
power
going to
over
watch
him on
over
my
the
own
recording.
Bro,
dialects.
can you
Yeah, that's totally fine. If I give clarification on my own dialect, right? If I give clarification, this is what I meant, then that's at face value is what I meant. You said I would have to clarify what I meant, and I did tell him that I meant progress, or I meant that we were gonna I was gonna identify identity. I clarified that. You can look at the recording. So
Okay,
your analogy falls into exactly what I did.
Okay, so Ikari, you
Yes.
need to provide definition, right? Or it
What?
literally will not work because
All right,
what
go
Freakzy
go
was
check.
arguing is hold
I
on,
know.
pause. Let me finish what Freakzy was arguing and then we'll just move on. My judgment is Freakzy, but it could change. I will look over the
Mhm.
recording and give a second judgment. Okay?
Sure.
So, because we don't even actually, I don't even need to elaborate. My judgment was Freakzy on this point. I told you why.
Yeah,
And now look over
that's
the recording
totally
and
fine.
give a second
Well, wait,
judgment if needed.
here's the thing.
Is that
Here's the
fine?
thing, though. Yeah, that's fine. Well, I was gonna say, right? Logic manipulation wasn't that already logic defiance was already given to me, correct? We already passed that earlier.
I have
On a
no
logical
clue.
scale.
Aw,
On a
logic.
logical scale. Since
It
we
was
already moved
logic
on.
defiance. I already said
Yeah,
that
on a
he
logical
defies
You
logic.
scale.
want?
Okay, cool. So he doesn't need
Yeah, on a
logic.
logical
It's fine.
scale.
Guys,
That's
Yeah, on a
fine.
logical scale.
I'm on a logical scale. On a logical
Yeah,
scale.
yeah, it's
Explain.
fine on a logical scale. Like he's
Your
illogical.
character's on a logical scale.
You know, my character is illogical, but your character, anything he does, is unlogical. Is logical.
No, it's
So
not.
it doesn't
Okay,
matter.
okay. I get what Freaksy's arguing. So he via that point, the judgment I just gave, your character is still bound by what was it? Identity? I don't know what y'all were arguing over.
Yeah,
I think it was
law of identity.
so yeah, that puts him within classical logic. So
Well,
Yeah,
before I
so,
said
your
moving
lo-
on, wait, before I said moving on, I had a contention to that though. So how would he get the point automatic?
you moved
Let's
on.
move on. This guy sped. Oh my god.
What? If
Um,
I have
You just
contention, I
got
still
your
had
ass
contentions.
smacked.
What?
yeah, it'd be
That doesn't eliminate my contention just because we move
Marco
on from
just
something.
said.
okay.
Wait, what? If
We
we move on
bypass.
from a point after I've after I've contended it, that's an inherent agreement. Are you not aware? What?
It's an
Stop
inherent
trolling.
agreement. No.
Yes, that is an inherent.
Unless
What?
you Steelman said
So,
point,
so
but you
look,
didn't.
look. If I present to you Superman is boundless, and then you move on to
All right,
your
cool. So,
feeling, it's not an inherent agreement. Or what is it?
Fine. So
Okay,
now,
yeah, so your
I
logic.
won logic. I won conceptual manipulation. Correct.
Cool.
Forco. Correct.
Yes,
On the
you
Right?
did.
logical.
Yes.
On the
All right.
logical. Okay.
All right. So if my character can embody the concept of logic, right? Since if I gave the definition of logic manipulation, you looked over that, and that was what was bypassed
On a logical
logic
level,
manipulation.
it's fine.
On a logical level, no concept manipulation I can embody
No,
non-logic.
hold on,
And-
listen.
Okay.
Anything
Pause.
you
Let me
present,
hold on. No. Pause. I got this because I feel like this debate is literally just gonna go
he's gonna
in
lose,
circles
no
until
matter
I look
what.
over the recording. So look, this basically goes on to if you extrapolated and provided a definition for move on, because basically, if
did it.
so, you got your character to be bound by classical logic, right? Which means all of your hacks would be on a logical scale. So you just can't touch Freakzy. So I literally just have to like look over the recording, and that decides who won the debate. That singular point.
All right, that's totally fine. If
So you
you
want me to just go do
after
that
looking
right now?
over it, yeah, please, because I would like further, like I would like you to understand the context in which I like you gave your your analogy, right? My situation fit your analogy perfectly. I don't know if you weren't listening or not. Maybe you
did
were, maybe you
not.
weren't. Watch when he watches the recording. I guarantee you. He's
I
gonna
just don't
agree. His
remember it,
analogy
but
fits
look,
perfectly.
if I hear it,
You never brought
I
up.
hear it.
Yeah, thank you.
You never
Hey,
brought
but good
up.
debate. It all depends on this one point of who wins, who loses.
Are you doing it like right now or like?
Tamaki has to upload it to YouTube, then I'll do it right now, and then send you all my judgment. Is that cool?
Alright,
Tamaki, upload it.
All right,
Hurry up.
Tamaki, start the upload.
So the debate's
So-
on like hold or what? If I win this point,
Eh,
what happens?
If you win this point, you win. If Freakzy wins it,
But he doesn't
Freakzy
win the
wins.
whole debate.
No, he
Yeah,
doesn't
he
win
would.
the whole debate because
No, he doesn't. Because like I
that
still
would
have.
be
There's still stuff I could argue.
I
Yeah,
have
that
I had
No.
more hacks than you either way.
That's I can go back to my hack. What?
Freakzy. Hold on, pause. Freakzy. If he wins this, he gets to logic defy your character and your little do dialectus theist, whatever your shit's called. Since that's like just a different set of logic which you agreed on in the beginning of the debate.
Okay,
So
wait. That's
if he
Hold
wins
on.
this, he can
If
just
he,
defy your character. So yeah,
Okay.
both of y'all have different win cons right
All
here.
right,
I
So
so
could
it's
just
a
give
win
my
whoever wins
con.
that
character the
point
That's
wins.
same.
awesome.
Wait,
All right.
I could give my character the
Because
same
I am
hack.
very
What?
confident. I'm very confident. Like I feel like Forco. I don't feel like you're like some kind of ballcast judge where you're just gonna botch this on purpose. Even if like I felt a little weird about it because we don't know each other, right? But I
Yeah.
feel like you understand context. I don't think you're an idiot, right? So if
Yeah.
you line up your analogy, right? Give your analogy, listen to your own analogy that you gave, then listen to what I said. They were talking over me, so I understand if you did not hear me at the time, but I promise you our analogies are gonna line up. Promise.
I gotta check, and if they do, I'll let you know, bro.
All right, cool.
That's all.
Wait,
I just
hold
got.
on, Forco. If I like give my character the same hacks and something even better, then I could still like
Well,
beat
no,
him.
you agree that this would just be
Hold
the
on.
debate.
I
Freakzy,
didn't
your
agree
character.
to that. I agreed to the
Hold on.
point.
Pause.
What are you talking about?
Pause. Freakzy, your character literally just gets defied passively because y'all agreed on passive. Just his existence does this. Your character gets defied passively. Dies if he wins this point.
Yeah, and I could give my character the same thing
Passive. Okay, present an argument, and then we can close the debate. Present
right
an
now.
argument. Passive. All forms of logic defiance.
Okay.
God, I just told my girlfriend I was gonna get on the phone. Oof. Sure. Let's.
biased because you guys plan. I've already
I guess you can try to like go
Akari
against it.
DQ'd me in his
Just try to
debate
make it quick, please.
cleanser.
Wait, should I just give this nigga Meta Miracle, bro?
Meta Miracle still follows like a logical scale. It would still be logical.
No, Meta Miracle would be paradoxical, negate logic.
Hold
What?
on, let me.
It makes no
Let me.
sense.
Should I get him?
Angel,
Yeah.
Should I get a
shut
Meta
up.
Miracle?
Sorry, Forco. I love you.
Love you too, bro. But shut up.
Yeah, let me get a. Let me get a Meta Miracle real quick. Hold on. Let
It
me
wouldn't
go
do
to
anything.
the.
It's still logical. Your
I'll,
that power follows logic.
yeah, I'll tell you why you're very wrong. But what's it called? What's it called?
Plus, this was equal stats. You can't go back and just like scale a new hacks all of a sudden.
What are you talking about? If I presented a win con and you refuted a win con, I can go back and present a whole new one. The fuck?
You're gonna okay, sure, fine. I'm not gonna.
What?
Like, I don't feel like no. I just don't feel like arguing. I like trying to get this over with. I still think Meta Miracle, even if you do give it, I'm going to tell you why it falls under logic still.
Okay.
Oh wow, how? Oh, I thought you freaking uploaded that already. I was gonna say, what the fuck? I gotta freaking install TDLC. There we go. Fucking hell.
Oh, okay. Let me come up with the argument real quick. Oh my god, I'm about to die. Hold on.
Sure.
What did Lucifer? Then he perceived. Wait, he absorbed everything. Hold on, let me find it. Oh yeah. Okay. Wait, which argument should I use, bro? It's like 5. Hold on.
Just use all of them. I don't care. I'm just trying to get this over with. Like,
Okay.
hurry up, please.
Okay. I'll take my time.
Or do you want to? You want me to like? I want to contend like if you're to just avoid all this extra shit. Are you gonna try? Is this for meta miracle? Is this what you're trying to get right? You're fine. All right. So were you gonna try to get meta miracle? Is that what you were going to like? Is this what this all gonna be? Because I want to cut your. I'm just gonna give. I want to contend whether meta miracle would just get absolutely fodderized. No.
Wait,
What? Now you're just
then
being a
okay,
sped.
then
Now you're
what?
just
Then
being a.
wait, okay, then what? Why'd you just say that then?
All right, this is Meta Miracle because I was going to say you told me you were gonna try to get Meta Miracle, correct? I want to
Yeah.
contend whether Meta Miracle would even be like substantial against this hacks because I
Why?
don't really want to. All right, so we're gonna debate that. Cool. Users can create, shape, manipulate the ultimate miracles, no matter how hopeless the situation. This power will overcome and solve it. 0% chance of success means nothing to this ability. Any obstacles facing it will be crushed. So that's what Meta Miracle is, right? All right. I'm going to give you a definition of miracle. All right, cool. Miracle. A surprising or welcome event that is not explicable by natural or scientific laws. Therefore, it is considered to be the work of divine agency. So would you say like would this fall under any sort of you don't think this falls under any sort of logic or like a logic system, even though they define it logically?
Okay, I'm just gonna tell you why whatever you're saying right now is wrong. So if we look on the definition on meta miracle manip, it says no matter how no matter how hopeless the situation is, this
Cool.
power will overcome and solve it. 0% chance of success means nothing to this ability and it will be
Doesn't
crushed.
change
So
the fact that it
I'll
follows
tell
a
you,
logic
shut up.
system.
Shut the fuck
You
up.
logically define
Listen,
the power.
if it is logical, wait, oh no, okay.
You
Yeah,
logically
if it
defined it.
be quiet, be quiet. Okay, now look, it says there's a 0% chance, right?
Mhm.
And then you still win under a 0% chance. That is a contradiction, right? And that would mean this power falls under another set of logic. It falls outside the logic. Since it's zero
Oh,
percent chance and you still win. We can go into this as semantics of what 0% means.
0%. Do you know percents can fluctuate? Because obviously,
Zero
if
zero
like
percent means there's
let me
no
explain
chance.
why this wouldn't be the case. So basically, right, you're calling this a percentage system. One, that's logical. Two,
Why?
I want to further give you like more context on why this would not matter, right? Whether or not it's logical or not, right? You want to say it's illogical to go under 0%. Like percentages can fluctuate. Obviously, if it happened, right, that just changed the percentage. It would just be like, oh, it went from 0 to
Not. Oh wait,
100%.
I'll tell you why you're wrong about that. Now
Sure.
listen. The chances of winning is already 0%, right? And then they make it so that they still win. The percentage of losing or the 0% percentage is like still there. It's still like an actuality, and then you're still winning. That's another actuality. They're
Would you
two
prove that
propositions.
that percentage wouldn't
Two
have
different. Shut
changed?
up. Shut up.
Percentages
Two
obviously
different.
changed.
Oh my God. Be quiet. Two propositions existing at the same time, but they're both true at the same time, right? So that would be violating. Or yeah, I mean, no, not two propositions. A proposition and a negation both existing and being true at the same time. That would violate the law of non-contradiction, would it not? Okay, and then another thing to back up what I'm saying is
Oh,
it
and
also says,
let me give
shut
some
up,
substantive.
shut
I'm
up,
trying to
shut
explain.
up,
My
shut up.
there was just me
Listen,
telling you to continue.
listen.
But anyways, go.
Okay. Anyways, as I was saying, it also says it makes like it. Oh wait, no, it doesn't. Never mind. Okay, go ahead. What you were saying?
Wait, what?
Go ahead. Go ahead. What were you saying?
I was just saying that my was just a passing. You were just continuing your word. Let's just like,
Okay.
All right. So continue.
No, I said what you had. You said you had contentions, my nigga. What is it?
Oh, all right. So, basically, so Meta Miracle. This can be either a work of a supreme being who is trying to save their creation for sure destruction, or an author who has written themselves into a corner and needs a way to finish the story. It is best to look. So, would this not just be like plot? Would this
What?
not just be a plot thing? Would this not
What?
just be a plot
You
thing?
know what
It
Meta
literally
Miracle
says.
gives you? It gives you all hacks. What are
I'm
you
reading
talking
it.
about?
I'm reading it right now. It doesn't give
All
you
I'm
all hacks.
wait,
You're
wait, wait, wait.
delusional. It is the best to look at this ability much less like a power and more like an event.
That was
As
very
such,
stupid. What
it
you just said was very
literally
stupid.
says it. It
Go to
literally
scans, retard. Go
says
to
it.
scans. Any power that is needed to accomplish a task is what it guarantees you. You will gain all
Oh,
applications
are
and
you?
powers of
I
this
could just
hack. What are
dismiss
you
this.
talking about?
I could just dismiss this with a Newton's flaming laser sword. All
With
these
what?
things. But either way, on the same website that you're using to get these hacks, it says this can either be a work of a supreme being who is trying to save the
Okay.
creation.
So
And then
what?
wait, listen, look underneath. It is best to look at this ability much less like a power and more like an event. As such, this power can only be used to its fullest extent in the most dire of situations, whether there is no chance of success. You will gain all applications of this power and hacks. Right?
Oh my god, you're a retard. Do you think that refutes my argument?
Well, when they're literally saying it is not, look at this as an
It
ability,
doesn't
much
say it
less
is
like a
not.
power.
It does not say it is not. It does not say it is not. Don't try to strawman the fucking website. The website says
More
it
like
is
an
best. Shut the
event.
fuck up.
It is more
It's
like an
best.
event. It says